Yo, what is going on, people? Welcome to Throwdown, episode 357. I'm your host, Tony Polanco, and tonight I'm joined by Emilio Lopez,
Back again.
Chris Seeley,
Hey, what's up, everyone?
Carlos Romero,
Yo, yo, yo.
Brett Murdoch,
What up?
and Brian Manjoma.
Yo, Tony, do you hear that?
What do I hear?
It's the sound of Shuhei Jim coming personally to take away your copy of God of War.
Oh no, they're taking my consoles away too. This is crazy, man. That's actually a good segue to our first topic. But before we get to that, a couple things. No, as you could tell, no Adam action. He's been called off to something or other. Adam's always busy doing shit, you know.
He does too many things, man.
I don't know how he finds the time or energy, you know. Like he says, like, oh, I just drink coffee. I drink coffee too, man. I still got that fucking energy, you know.
Yeah, man. It's sort of where it wore itself out officially for me.
The energy, right? You're like, it's gone.
No, I mean, I don't feel anything when I have it or when I don't have it.
Yeah.
To be honest,
Are you always just on?
I'm always on. Like, I mean, to be honest, like
You kind of have to be though. Let's just
I've
be
been
real.
I've been working a lot, and to be honest, I literally like I'm up at like 5 a.m. in the morning, and I go out to the Dunkin' and get myself a coffee. I drink the coffee and do a little more work, and to be honest, I've still finished off the coffee and I lay down and go to sleep like nothing. So ain't doing shit.
Yeah, that's how I am too. Like, if I could have an espresso and take a nap. Like, it just does nothing. So why am I gonna drink it all day? It does nothing.
Yeah,
Yeah, tattooers are fueled by energy drinks and cigarettes.
there you go. No, but you're right though. It's like it has diminishing returns. Like my first cup of coffee, I'm good. The second one, no, even if I put more coffee in there, it's not gonna have the same potency. You're right, Chris. Like it happened to me the other day. I needed an extra shot of juice, right? Drank my coffee. 2 hours later, I'm fucking sleepy as hell. So yeah. But Adam, he says he drinks it all day, every day. Nonstop.
Can't do that. Yeah.
It's funny, bro. I don't. Despite me, his like. In my later years, I started actually drinking more coffee than I actually did younger. Because
Same here.
when I was when on MDs and stuff, I just wake up like the glass shatters and I'm up.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, but now I drink it a little bit more. Only gives you a slight bit of clarity, but I don't get caffeine withdrawal though. Maybe because my drinks are a little bit weak. Because I don't. There's a little more cream in my
Oh,
coffee
boy.
than usually.
Yeah, I think I told you guys this, right? I never told it on air though. It's like I found out I actually am addicted to coffee, like in a weird roundabout way. Because my sister was visiting with the kids, right? And they were leaving in the early morning and stuff. So because they're kids, Adam would know this, and Chris, you know this too. I don't have time for myself, right? So I didn't have my chance to have my coffee or breakfast, right? But we went to Valentino's like around 11 a.m., right? And my head was hurting. So I'm like, okay, I'm hungry. My head hurts. That happened. The only times I get headaches is when I'm hungry, when I'm like super hungry, right? So I was like, okay, I guess I'm hungry. Went to Valentino's, had some food. My head is still hurting. I'm like, that's weird. What the fuck's going on? After they leave, have my coffee, gone. Instantly gone. I'm like, shit.
Oh, you have a withdrawal. Okay.
Yeah. I had no idea. I was like, oh shit. Had my coffee, then it stopped. I'm like,
Yeah,
okay.
I've had that happen. Like, I don't realize it. Like, there was I went like a couple days without having any. We didn't run out. I just didn't.
Yeah.
And I was having these headaches. I was like, "Fuck is wrong with me?" And then it never dawned on me. I had the same problem. I'm like, "Shit, why does my head hurt?" I was like, "Oh shit, I'm having fucking caffeine withdrawal."
Yeah, shit is crazy. But yeah, man, I'm similar to you. It's like I didn't start drinking coffee until when I became a professional writer. I'm like, oh, I need this shit now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Our good friend Jen, we always remember she was the coffee fiend.
Yeah.
She would
yeah.
she'd just drink it all the damn time. And then literally I remember when she didn't have it, she's like, I need some coffee. I'm having coffee withdrawal. I'm like, I have a really bad headache. I'm like,
damn.
Oh, and then this would happen like right away.
Yeah, it was like instant.
Yeah. When I go to gaming events, that's when things get troublesome because like they just have free coffee everywhere. Someone's like drinking, you know. Anyway, by the way, this is the second like week in a row where we've had I called it old man moments. Last week we were talking about stocks and investing. Now we're talking about coffee. Oh man.
Now we gotta talk. We have to talk about the papers.
The papers.
Next week's gonna be colonoscopies. Let's go.
No,
Oh, God. Oh, don't say that shit. Nope.
Check your prostate, son.
Don't even wish that on us, yo.
Oh man. Oh, what's going on, people in the chat, man?
You have a good chair.
Yeah, right. Oh, all right, man.
The chair is a good one.
Yeah, I like that. That's a good one. All right, let's get into it. As Brian already alluded to, main topic, and actually, you know, for you guys listening or watching later on, you could tell by the fancy featured image man he whipped up at the last minute. So thank you for that. Very, yeah. I came out the shower. You know how you get ideas in the shower? I'm like, you know, it'd be funny. That scene of Kratos touching a tree, but the tree's a PC. Like, man, can you make that happen? It's like, yes, I can make it happen.
I mean, the good thing about the image is fairly easy to sort of, you know, to essentially mat him out of the background.
Like with the RGBs and everything.
Yeah, I make
You
sure
gotta have the RGB, son.
I make sure that it was the most it was the most obnoxious looking PC that he could ever be like, you know, touching, and also that it had like a cool lighting to it, so it could like light his face up a little.
Let's see if you guys
Kind of like
see
when
this.
You're
down RGB, yeah, you know me.
Kind of like, you know, kind of like the idea of what I would think when he picks up the Blades of Chaos or the Blades of Athena, you know, they like kind of make a glow under his face or something.
Yeah.
Hilarious. Anyway, God of War is coming to PC, man.
So, remember that leak that happened that a while ago? Wasn't God of War on that one?
Yeah, it's the NVIDIA leak, I believe, right? God of War, among other titles. And it seems like every couple of weeks, more of those titles get confirmed. So I want, you know, that's a whole other aside, but I'm wondering, at what point can we go, yeah, that shit is real? You know what I'm saying?
I feel like they're just waiting for people to sort of forget because the news cycle is so nutty and quick.
Yeah.
So it's like you know how like is like they've had stuff like this happen before, and then they're just like, meh, it's not real. They say at the time.
Yeah, exactly. But anyway, so God of War coming to PC, and it has all the usual trappings, 4K, 60 frames or higher, and I believe there's going to be even some additional like exclusive content. Correct me if I'm wrong about that.
And DLSS as well, I
yeah,
think.
DLSS is going to be crazy. You know,
Ultra wide support.
Yeah, ultra wide.
Carlos is some ready. Developers out there.
Oh. So yeah, I mean, we're already off to a good start there because I was going to ask, like, because right now on PS5, it has 60 frames. It doesn't have 4K. It has that checkerboarding stuff. But I'm like, okay, so yeah, what aside from just higher frames are we going to get? But yeah, you guys already mentioned it. The widescreen support, DLSS, all that other good jazz. And of course, obviously, mods are going to come. You know, I already saw some people making some perspective ones, like, you know, just images. Like one of them was like Kratos was Yoda, and then Atreus was baby Yoda. You know, shit like that. I'm like, if this is going to happen on PC, but it's possible, you know?
I'm waiting for. I want to see the Kratos and replace one of the bosses with what's her name, Dimitrescu from.
Oh, yo, that'd be
see
crazy.
That fight.
Yeah. So who's excited about? Yeah, go ahead.
Or they replace Kratos with Kratos. You know, you get original. You know, like God of War 3 Kratos.
Old school Kratos. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah,
I'm excited to see them
Brian.
like change the orange blood to actual blood.
Oh,
you know.
Oh yeah, that lava blood.
Yeah, that lava blood. Yeah.
I thought that was a bit weird. Again, granted, it kind of makes sense in the they're not really human things. Like, yeah, true, but at the same time, like in God of War 3, like you can rip someone's head off and then blood just squirts on you and stays on there. You know, like what the hell is that? Yeah. So yeah, that's one of the things that I'm excited for.
Yeah, if the game doesn't have that, it's going to be modded in there. You know.
Yeah, definitely.
What else?
He wants the blood code.
Yeah. See, my thing is like I want to play it, but at the same time, it's like I already got the platinum for this game. What's the point? You know?
I just want to look at it.
I just want to look at it. Look at the pretty.
Nice.
You know?
But
that's
it's
the thing. Best thing is, I mean, that's an aside as well. That's always a problem I have. Like sometimes I want to revisit a game, but it's like but I got the platinum in it. There's no point. No matter how much I want to replay it, I already destroyed it. There's no reason to go back. But it's definitely gonna look very nice. Barry Burns said, "Give Kratos teal skin."
Literally, you just turn him into teal.
Turn him into teal. You can do that. Boy. So anyway, who's gonna get this game here?
Carlos.
Everybody just looked at Carlos. Yeah, he's gonna get it.
Not Brian.
Brian got the platinum in it too.
Yeah, there's two kind of problems with my situation. One, as Tony said, I have the platinum, and two, it's my least favorite God of War game that I played.
That's right. Yeah, I remember that.
I would think. What if they said God of War 3?
Well, if God of War 3 was coming, then yeah, I'd get that, obviously, but not this one. Again, keep note, I've only played the first 3 and the Dad of War. I've not played the PSP ones, so.
Those are great games.
Ascension.
You don't need to play Ascension, though.
Yeah, don't play Ascension.
Ascension's terrible, but the PSP games are fantastic.
By the way, you realize our show has been around long enough where we actually did talk about God of War Ascension.
Yeah, we did. Remember the whole bros versus hoes or whatever it was?
Oh, yeah.
Bros versus before hoes. Adam Sessler was not happy about that.
Yeah,
here's a thing I just noticed. On the Steam Deck, you can actually you would be able to play every single God of War game.
This is true.
Yeah.
Officially and unofficially.
Mm-hmm. Brian, somebody made a joke on Twitter saying that Steam Deck's going to have more PlayStation exclusives than Vita.
Oh, damn.
By the way, it also will have Vita's exclusives.
Yeah, that's true.
So, how would you Chains of Olympus and Ghost of Sparta? Is that PS Now or something? How would you play that officially?
It's on the PS3 collection.
Yeah, it is on there.
Collection.
Yeah, there was a God of War collection. Yeah, on PS3.
On Steam.
I don't know about Steam. I mean, there's maybe some other ways of getting those. Actually, wait, can't you play those through PS Now?
Yeah, that's the only way. I don't know. But I don't know any other.
By the
way,
I'm assuming PS Now will run on Steam Deck.
They should. If it's not, they should make it work. Those idiots.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you can play it on a browser, you can probably do it. I don't know if you can play on a browser. On a browser though, haven't tried.
I don't know. We mentioned it to Brett, and then as soon as Brett found out a little more about it, he said, "Nah, I'm done." So we have absolutely any pigs.
Going back to the God of War Assumption.
God of War
Assumption.
Yeah, I like that.
I'm not paying $50 for it.
Whoa.
I mean,
it's on Steam. You'll get it for cheap. Maybe.
Yeah, I'll go on sale, Carlos. You already know that, man.
Well, yeah, when it gets to $10, like The Witcher 3, like Brett told us, I was like, oh shit.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'll get it for $10.
Put it on your wish list, bro.
Yeah, $50. It's too make.
Too make. We keep telling you, man. Too make is a good thing,
Yeah. Yeah, we didn't find out what the bad version of Too Much is.
Yeah. Like what is that version? But he's not with us tonight right now, so maybe he shows up later.
We should make that a third on your question just for the fans.
Yeah, of course. Also, speaking about the fans, by the way, one of the things that's kind of this is a personal thing or whatever, but it's kind of funny because I was like, yo, now that I got this new job, I hope I don't say something stupid on Twitter to get myself fired. I don't have to worry about that because I'm so busy. I'm barely on Twitter now, right? But I had a little bit of a break the other day when this happened, and I saw the fallout on Twitter. I didn't say nothing, but I looked. I got the eye of Sauron, man. Some PlayStation guys were not very happy about this announcement, people. Very upset, And I gotta say this is what I wanted to tweet out, but I didn't. I'll say it here tonight. With these guys, it just seems like they're like little kids who don't want to share their toys. You know what I'm saying? Yep. I'm like, they're like, no, it's mine. Well, I don't want you to have it. Mine. I'm like, come on, guys. Like, you played the game 3 years ago. Let other people play now. And the game sold what, a little over 19 million, like 19.2 million. You're good. Let the other people play. Let it sell 1 million more. That's fantastic. And again, because these guys are not seeing the bigger picture here, right? Because I guarantee you, God of War Ragnarok will not be on PC day one, right? But there's going to be a small contingent of PC gamers, not a lot, just a small version, who will play this God of War. But damn, the game is fucking dope. Damn, I should get a PS5 if possible and play the sequel. I don't want to wait. That's sales right there.
The reverse Brian.
Yeah, the reverse Brian, exactly. Well, Brian, he's Johnny come lately with games. But they got you with Cyberpunk, Brian. I still feel for you, brother. They got you, man.
They got all of us.
They did get all of us.
Except for Manny. Yeah, I knew you were gonna gleefully do that, Manny. I knew you were gonna boast about your foresight.
There's nothing on PlayStation that I want to play.
There's nothing on
PlayStation 5. Yeah, let's be right. PlayStation 5. Manny likes PlayStation.
I do like me some PlayStation, but Microsoft, show me something.
Yeah,
Give me.
Show you nothing. But what's I gonna say?
Wait for E3.
Yeah, wait. But again, going back to yo guys, you had your fun with it. Like Brian said, they're not gonna take your PlayStation away. They're not gonna take your God of War away. You're good. Let other people have their fun, and this will help Sony in the long run because it's gonna bring them even more money to make more games. So I don't see the drawback here. I don't see what's a negative at all. I think it's a positive. I think it's great. Keep on bringing those games to PC.
All it does, and also here's the other thing: it also gives them an additional revenue stream when those games go, run their course. Because you motherfuckers ain't buying 20 copies of that game, so it's not making the numbers it used to make. So why the hell not throw it on a PC like that, and and it'll be done. What was that noise anyway?
Oh, that was Paikuhan, who's hosting us right now.
Whoa! We're just like,
shout out to Paikuhan.
Yeah, shout out to Paikuhan. That's pretty cool. I didn't realize you guys heard those noises too. Very cool.
Well, no, I actually hear it because I have
OBS.
I'm running it through OBS, so I hear all the noises and stuff.
Del Monte. All right. But yeah, I think it's a good thing. But the dudes losing their minds on Twitter, very upset, very salty. It's entertaining to me, man.
Did the what was it, the Twitter Hangouts or whatever the fuck it did?
Spaces was fucking lit.
Did they do like a 50,000 hour stream?
On both ends, by the way. By the way, I should say that. Just to be fair here, on both ends, you had the PlayStation guys very upset about this announcement. Then the Xbox guys making fun of the PlayStation guys. But here's my question about these long spaces. And again, I'm not trying to knock the people there because I did spaces with some people, even though they were talking shit, but everything was cool afterwards, right? Where do you find the time?
That, and then to be honest, you're on your goddamn phone. You can't run that shit on your desktop, can you?
I could listen through desktop, but I don't know if I could. You're right. Because when I did it with my phone as well.
I've never seen spaces show because on your phone you see the stupid little spaces thing show up on the top of the screen. I've never seen that on the actual.
I've joined spaces through my desktop. I've done that before.
Oh, maybe it's because I'm running the Windows. Not the Windows, the browser version of it.
No, maybe no, but you could click on. I've done it before.
Yeah, I've never seen it on mine.
Yeah, but I've never used this mic to talk on it. I'm assuming I can, but that's an aside or whatever. I'm doing a lot of asides tonight, but it's where do these dudes find time? There was one time these cats ran. I am not kidding. It was the day Manny and I went to go see Megadeth. Right? These dudes ran in 8-hour long spaces. I'm like, where do you find? I realized it's Sunday, but I'm like, if it's Sunday, you should probably do something else.
Go out, catch a show.
Yeah, but people do what you're gonna do what makes you happy. I'm just saying, I don't understand it. That's don't we have jobs and lives here? But I yes, I understand we're in the time of the Rona now, but it's shit is getting back to normal-ish now. So I don't know. Anyway, God of War on PC, it's a good thing, and that's that. All right, let's move on to the other big PlayStation news. Normally, I save these kind of stories for like the tail end of the show, but this was so big, we got to talk about it now, man.
Oh, they big?
You got to talk about that Uncharted movie trailer.
Oh, is that big? I don't know.
Oh.
I thought I fell asleep.
So they showed the. By the way, this thing leaked yesterday. I saw like not the whole thing, which is like a 30-second clip or whatever. And I'm like, wow, that looks bad. I'm not, and I wasn't talking about the quality. I'm talking about what was actually happening. And you saw the full 2-minute trailer or whatever it was. And by the way, something I've noticed on Twitter, right? When a new trailer comes out, it's okay to heap praise on it, to say the movie will be fantastic. But if you do the opposite, people get on you, right? They're like, and the common criticism is, you haven't seen the movie. How can you judge it? But I'm like, you haven't seen the movie. How can you say it's going to be great? Exactly. So what the fuck, you know? So this is why I kept my mouth shut about what I saw, because I was not impressed. As a matter of fact, there's this article I read, and a couple of videos have been done on this too, that explain why modern CG is so bad. This hit every single point.
Yep.
The color grade, the color grading, the wonky physics, camera angles that a human can't capture. Like, holy shit. You know, there was this one scene where like it looks like the scene from Uncharted 3 with the plane and shit. I'm like, yo, it looks like something from the Hobbit movie where they're like jumping, you know, through the lake or whatever, the waterfalls. And like, yo, what?
The river.
The river. It was a river, and what are they jumping on? Like the crumbling bridge. It was. Oh my god! It reminded me that these guys were like they're jumping upwards on a falling plane. Like physics would not allow that to happen. You know, unless you're you know.
Maybe they're trying to say, yeah, you could do that in the game.
No, you can, even in the game you can do that. You know, so yeah, I thought the trailer was basura, trash.
Yeah, I mean, and then it's like the one other thing about it is like Marky Mark, because he didn't want to wear the fucking mustache.
Yeah.
Right. He looks just like Tom Holland's dad. I'm like, okay, I mean, he just doesn't feel. He doesn't have that old feel to him. He just looks like, hey, look, it's Marky Mark.
Yeah, and that was a poor casting choice. I mean, you couldn't get Bruce Campbell to do that role. Just give him a mustache, and he's already kind of gray, so just let him just wear the gray.
He could be he'd make a great Sully.
Yeah, I think like he has that personality. Like that's who I think of when I play the games. I'm like, yeah, Bruce Campbell could do that. Yeah. I mean, Mark doesn't even have couldn't give him a fake mustache.
No, you know, he didn't want to wear. Yeah, he didn't want to grow one or wear one. So,
well,
whatever.
Too bad. Yo, where's Tom Cruise? He'll make him wear a mustache.
Why? And then, you know, I get it. You know, Marky Mark's an award-winning thing, but the last video game movie he was in was an utter piece of garbage.
Oh, Max Payne.
Max Payne. Oh yeah.
Max Payne. It was literally a movie.
Terrible.
It was a movie that literally was just a revenge plot. You could literally have done that thing, you know, spot for spot. How the fuck did they mix that shit movie up? Seriously.
Oh.
Yeah.
So, go ahead, man.
I didn't have the same issues that Tony did. Well, I mean the ones that he mentioned earlier, but to me it's more of what Chris and Manny are talking about. It's just the casting. I think that's my biggest issue with the whole thing. You know, Nathan Drake is like, you know, he's not young in the games. Like obviously there's flashbacks, but he's never young. Like the appeal of his character is it's like, oh, been there, done that, kind of quirky and smarky remarks and stuff like that.
Tom Holland doesn't even really fit that. I mean, I know what they're trying to do because he's Spider-Man. You know, his Spider-Man might be a little bit more quippy, but I don't know. His Spider-Man is never quippy. He's kind of a dope. You know what I mean? Like I would say Andrew Garfield would probably fit that sort of quippy sort of person character more than Holland.
Yeah,
By
I
the way,
agree.
Carlos, I do want to state that I also have a problem with the casting. So so it's those problems I mentioned, and that
Yeah, I
and,
assumed you did. That's why I had to clarify. It
yeah.
was like what you mentioned so far.
yeah, no, because it's like, and here's the thing, I like Tom Holland, but he's the same character in every movie, basically, right? And here's the thing, because we were saying, oh, he's a young Drake and stuff. I'm like, okay, I get that, right? And I even saw some people saying maybe he'll grow into role. Tom Holland is like 23. That dude, I guarantee you, if they were to make 4 Uncharted movies, by the 4th movie, he'll still look like that.
Look the same, yeah.
Yeah, because he's just one of those people. Like, I guarantee you, when that dude's 40 years old, he's still going to look the same.
He's kind of like Michael J. Fox, right? Michael J. Fox reached a certain age, and he always looked that age.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's a really good point. He's
or John Cusack. I'm like, yo, this dude doesn't age.
Or was it Paul Rudd?
Yeah,
right?
Paul
Not
Rudd. No, you're right, Paul. By the way, I meant to say Paul Rudd, but I always confuse him and John Cusack. They kind of look the same. I think John Cusack just renamed himself Paul Rudd at one point.
But he's like the Highlander. It's like, I got to lose this identity now.
but I think Tom Holland's one of those guys. Like, yo, you just don't age. So even if you get a bunch of these Uncharted movies, it's always going to be the adventures of young Nathan Drake.
Yeah.
He's going to perpetually look like an 18-year-old. So the casting, very, very not, very bad casting.
Also, them sort of raping all of the set pieces. Okay, now you can't do Uncharted 3, right?
What do you mean?
Can't do you can't do Uncharted 3 because they already did the plane gag.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, they're not trying to follow the storyline. Like they're
not. They're literally.
It's a mishmash.
Yeah, it's a mishmash. Yeah, they're at one point they're at a party, another point they're falling out of the plane. The other one they're probably gonna do some shit in a jungle, and then he sees it. Yeah. Then it's like what do they call it? The greatest hits of the Uncharted games. When you start blowing your load all over the place with literally reusing all these set pieces. I mean, it'd be kind of cool if they actually did Uncharted 1, in other words, they had their own goofy versions, like prequel movies of young Drake, and then finally, boom, you get to Uncharted 1, and he's looking, he's what's her face.
Yeah. Yeah, and that, by the way, I got to say that too, like, because there's a scene with him and Chloe. I'm assuming that's Chloe, and it's like, yo, it looks like she's like cradle robbing, you know what I'm saying? Like, she's a little kid. It just looks weird,
I think the way they're gonna set up Chloe is not for Drake, not Drake.
Or for Marky Mark.
I think it's Marky Mark. She
makes
fits
sense.
Marky Mark than age wise more than him.
Yeah, like they need a younger looking girl for Drake, because
so then why not make Marky Mark Drake then? Like if
felt he was too old.
He looks the part. He looks the part more than Tom does, and that's a weird thing. Like
yes,
the whole
does.
time I thought
I agree with Brian.
I thought okay. Like the whole like Tom thing is maybe like the Drake when he was younger, and then Marky Mark is like Drake now. It's like no, that's silly. I'm like, why? Like even at the end of the trailer, they show like the game art, and it's like Drake looks like he's like 45 or something. So it's like, how are you going to like convince people that like, hey, this kid who looks like he's 16 is somehow this man who's like 45? It's like, come on, like what the hell's wrong with you people?
Yeah. By the way, a couple of things. So, because this movie's been in production forever, right? This how long the movie's been in production. I wrote about this on the frickin' blog. That's how long it's been, Manny.
Yeah,
right?
we have.
And at that point, you know who was tapped to play Nathan Drake? Marky Mark.
Yes, he was, and we said this at the same time. We were like, "What the what? Yeah. Why Marky Mark?"
So with that said, and I'll say, and I kind of brought this up. I think Marky Mark is a terrible actor. I do not like him at all. I agree with everything Brian just said. With that, with everything, my dislike of this guy's acting, I agree with Brian. He would have been a far better Nathan Drake than Tom Holland,
Just on appearance alone.
Yeah, just on appearance alone, So
yeah, because it just feels like, I don't know. I don't want to, because I'm like Tony. I like Tom Holland. I think he does a great stuff on the stuff that I'm pretty sure he's going to do a good job acting. It's just the fit.
Yeah, it's the fit.
I think that's going to be the issue. I mean, obviously, I still have yet to see the movie, so we'll see when it happens. But it just feels like I'm watching Muppet Babies.
Oh,
It's like they do the same adventures. It's just they're just miniature size.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, and those effects are bad. But again, that's just endemic of like modern Hollywood in general. Like this just it's just. I mean, granted, I guess that I don't know if that's a plus. It looks like a video game.
Yeah, the sad thing is it looks like a video game, but not such a good video game.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Yeah,
Like,
and please, yeah, go ahead.
Like again, they reused that whole sequence where he's knocked out and he's hanging from his foot at the end of the plane, and it seemed more dangerous in the game than it did in the movie.
Yeah, no, you're right about that. And there was a scene where like he kind of like jumps out of the water. I'm like, for a split second, it looked like CG. I'm like, why did you have to CG that? He's just getting out of the water. He's just literally stepping out of water, So I don't know. It's some weird stuff, man. And I'm going to say this right now. I know this is not going to happen. But with that said, Sony, please do not turn this into a game. Just think about it, right? We had that Ratchet and Clank movie that got turned into a game. Imagine if they make a Uncharted game based on the movie. That would be bad.
And Insomniac is developing.
Oh, then it might be hot though. But yeah, it's like, don't do that, please. We don't need the Street Fighter the movie game again.
Oh shit! Antonio Banderas is in this shit.
Excuse me? Yeah, he is.
He is. He's playing the villain.
At least they got a real Spanish guy, not that fake one from the first game.
Oh shit.
And it's funny, again, we talked about this a couple episodes ago where it's like that dude, when you hear him talking, like, yeah, that's a good accent. But the instant he says a word in Spanish, you're like, oh, what the fuck?
It's like Gus Fring when he speaks Spanish. I'm like, oh, man.
Like, oh, no, you fucked it up. You fucked it up, man.
I should have just stayed speaking English.
For real. The dude said, like, go ahead.
The first game is the fucking disease one, right?
Yeah. Ooh, segue. It seems to me this movie, just like Uncharted 4, will not have any supernatural elements. I didn't see anything like that.
Interesting.
You know? So do you guys think we'll see anything like that? Because I don't think we will.
Ghost Pirates? I don't think so.
Yeah. Remember, Uncharted 4 didn't have any of that stuff.
Well, it didn't. You
get the fake Yetis?
Yeah, that was two.
Oh, yeah.
That was dope. Yeah, by the way, let's run that. So the first one had the zombies. That's what I'm calling them. They had the zombies. The second one had the Yetis. The third one had the Jinn, and then the fourth one didn't have anything like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I think this movie, because these modern trailers, they gave everything away. This didn't have anything like that at all.
Are they gonna have Drake like shoot somebody 50 times, and it's like, how's this guy still standing?
Actually, are they going to have Drake like murdering an entire like small country's worth of people?
Yeah, right. Oh. Just behind cover.
Is he gonna jump in and say "Kitty got wet" or something like that?
Yeah, right.
I think they got a Transformer.
Oh man, he's gonna jump into Marco Polo.
Yo, man, I'm rewatching this trailer. There is so much fucking CG in this.
I know it's too much. It's the bad to make it.
It's the bad to make. Is the absolute to make it.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Because there's this one scene where like he literally just steps out of water, or like you kind of like
in a cave, right?
Yeah, in a cave. I'm like, why is that CG? For like, I swear to God, watch that scene for like a couple seconds. He's CG for no reason.
When he's coming out, it looks fine, but like after he's kind of out. Like most of his body's out. It's like, oh yeah, I see it.
Yeah, why? Like, I don't know. Maybe Tom Holland didn't want to get wet.
I don't like the water. Yeah. I can't swim.
Did you forget I'm Spider-Man, motherfucker?
Spider-Man, aye. Oh man. So yeah, thumbs down. Thumbs down.
You notice one thing about Tom Holland, and hopefully it's not a sign of the future things to come, but every movie that he does that is not Spider-Man kind of drowns.
Uh-oh.
You know what I mean?
CG water?
Yeah,
CG water. Yeah.
Well, I mean, he did a Netflix thing. That was garbage. Nobody cared about that. And there was a couple other things he did, and nobody's really caring. hopefully he's not gonna get typecast, and but again, there's also that problem where he sort of plays the same character. He doesn't really play any characters. At least Andrew Garfield is sort of, he's sort of a chameleon. Sorry, not a comedian.
I was like,
chameleon.
excuse me.
He's a chameleon, and he sort of changes for depending on the role he's in.
Did you see him in Silence?
I didn't. Which was that? Was that the one where he was in World War One?
No, that's Hacksaw Ridge. He's good. He's good in there too. But it's a movie where a couple of missionaries go to Japan.
Shit! I actually wanted to see that movie.
It's too fucking long, but he's good.
Oh yeah. Was he was in the Facebook movie, wasn't he? Like one of the side characters. Yeah. He was good in that.
No. He was Mark Zuckerberg.
No, he wasn't.
Oh no, he was the best friend.
Yeah, he was the best friend. Yeah, he wasn't Mark Zuckerberg. That's the
the Brazilian dude.
Yeah.
He was a co-star. He wasn't a side character.
But my point is like that Tom Holland performance is different than Spider-Man, different than Hacksaw Ridge. Like that guy has chops. Tom. Oh,
Holland, you mean Andrew Garfield?
You got Andrew Garfield. My bad. That guy has good range. Tom Holland is the same dude in every fucking movie.
To be fair, there's like one film where he's different. It's called The Devil All the Time.
Is it the one where he goes back in time?
No, I've never heard of that one. But no, it's basically he plays this person in like this like mid 50s, 60s random country in the USA, preachers or rapist type places, and that is actually quite good. Pattinson. Yes, that's actually a really good film. But yeah, I think that's the only one that I've seen where he's actually different.
Oh wow!
The rest are all the same.
Yeah, it's all the same. And it's weird because it's like usually actors, become the same in their older years. You know what I'm saying? Like Robert De Niro, that motherfucker's the same in every movie. Al Pacino too. Those guys like. Why am I thinking about the Goodfellas? Joe Pesci, they're all the same guys,
Well, De Niro, you got to give De Niro more credit than that. Raging Bull and Taxi Driver.
No, I'm talking about in their older days, like
not in the golden years.
Yeah, like in the gold. Anthony Hopkins, another one is like okay, he's just even when he was Odin, he's still Anthony Hopkins. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
So yeah, that's my point. It's like when I can understand when actors get older, they just fall into the same role. But this dude's like 23, and he's already did the same shit.
Pacino especially.
Yeah, especially Pacino. It's like the same. Remember he was the fucking devil, right? He's like, no, he's just Al Pacino.
He's just Al Pacino.
Because I ordered it.
Yeah. No. De Niro had more range in the 70s, but I'm talking about like in the later years, Yeah, exactly. There you go. That's the face. You guys all, listening can't see it, but man, he just did a good
the Niro face. That weird the eyebrow frown.
Yeah.
That he does.
I'm looking at the cast for this movie, Brian. I think I want to watch it. But then again, I'm almost. Brian said that the synopsis is like a place in America in the 50s, a whole bunch of British people. What the fuck?
Yeah, it's because British and Canadian people are the only people that can play Americans these days.
Oh man,
Bill Skarsgård, he's an American. Come on,
listen, we had a British Superman, so the world's different now. Well, think about it. We had a British Superman and Spider-Man, the two American icons.
Mm-hmm. Oh, two British Spider-Men, by the way.
Oh, Garfield, right?
Garfield is also.
Oh boy.
Yeah, Garfield's British.
Well, I guess those people are just better actors than Americans, except for Tom Holland play some other roles, man. De Niro did a movie 50 Cent. What's the name of that one? I know what he's talking about. I swear De Niro was squinting the entire time. That's what he does, man.
Is it Meet the Fockers?
No, that's with Ben Stiller.
Yeah. Anyway.
Ben Stiller. Okay. Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Anyway, Uncharted movie. No, I'm good.
It's okay.
I'm chatted. All right.
I'd be more accepting of an Uncharted movie if it was a really slick looking CG movie.
My thing is, you're right about it. Because my thing is like, the whole point of the game is that you're playing through an Indiana Jones type adventure, right? Like basically, what is this type of movie in video game form? What is it like? So if you remove the interactive element, it defeats the purpose.
Well, and it goes back to my point that I made a couple of weeks ago. Video game stories are fucking bullshit.
But they're not though.
Uncharted doesn't have a good story.
But here's the thing: it's a good adventure story, but it's like it has the same type of story that a lot of adventure movies do too. Except it's better because you actually interact with it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's the whole thing. It's like people love the interaction and the set pieces. I think that's what makes it worth playing. But the story is just Nathan Drake. Like Adam's like, gotta have some. Gotta look for more treasure.
Yeah, but I mean, you could say the same thing with Indiana Jones. And the movies are fucking classics.
Because I think they have a better. Those also have good set pieces as well.
Yeah.
And better dialogue.
Yeah, I mean, some games do need better dialogue, but it's like if you take away the interactive element, it defeats the purpose.
Using real vehicles and sets and not being on a giant green screen looking like you're jumping out of a plane.
Yeah, how about that?
Yeah, that's the worst part of the trailer.
Yeah, it's funny because we've seen that stuff before in
the James Bond movie, right?
Yeah. Timothy Dalton, that same thing.
Dangling out of a plane.
Yeah, no CG.
Should have gotten motherfucking Tom Cruise. That shit wouldn't have worked with him.
He would have done his own stunts. Yeah.
To be honest, if Tom Cruise was young, I could believe him as Nathan Drake.
Isn't he like trying to be an astronaut now? Because he wants to do a space movie.
I mean, he's gone from the actor to just the stunt guy.
Tom Cruise.
That is true.
Yeah. I like Tom Cruise though.
I'm gotta find a transformer.
All right, man. Moving on.
Except in that Mummy movie. That movie was shit.
Yeah. By the way, was that movie like the first objectively bad Tom Cruise movie?
Well, yes, I wouldn't blame
Mission
him
Impossible
for it.
2.
Mission Impossible 2. I like Mission Impossible 2 though.
That wasn't good to me.
It's the weakest.
It is the weakest. It is the weakest.
It is the weakest, but it's not a bad movie.
Yeah, and it's not. It's John Woo.
The Mummy is a terrible movie.
Yeah, because remember,
but I blame fucking Alex Kurtzman.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah, because remember that was the thing about Tom Cruise. Like, yo, this guy's never been in an objectively terrible movie before. Then he was in that Mummy movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was in was that Live Die Repeat? That was a good one.
Oh, that's a great fucking one.
I like Oblivion too. Yeah,
that was a good one too.
Yeah, like he always chose good movies, and then the Mummy came around.
Well, one of the was it the Mission Impossible movie with fucking what's his name, the
Jeremy
dude
Renner?
that's like Jeremy Renner. I was gonna say the dude that for some reason can't be like the leading guy, but they try to. That one wasn't good. It was in Dubai or something. Yeah.
That one was it was good, but it wasn't great. The one after it was really good though. The one
Jeremy Renner wasn't he a Bourne guy? He was not a Mission Impossible.
I didn't see that one. Yeah, he was he was in one of the Bourne movies for some reason.
He was in Bourne. He was in Mission Impossible. He was in an Avenger.
Okay, he's really good. He's really good at filling out a cast, but not holding his own.
No, but wasn't he in that movie where he was like a bomb expert in Iraq or something? Isn't that the
fucking what's it called? It's the director's what's her name?
Yeah, but like my point is like he was the leading guy in that. Isn't that the role that kind of got him on people's radars?
Okay. It was either that or The Town. I forgot which one came up.
Hurt
first.
Locker, right?
Hurt Locker.
Yep.
I thought that was Jake Gyllenhaal. It was him.
That was Jarhead.
Yeah.
Shit, I'm confused.
But Tom Cruise does good movies.
Yeah, he does.
He does have some stinkers, but overall, good track record.
Yeah, he has a good track record. All right, it's enough movie talk. Let's get on to some games again, man. We got to talk about Halo Infinite. Yeah, right.
Where's the fridge edition? So I can get
yeah, right. So this is interesting. So Halo Infinite, AMD's making a special GPU for it for the for the PC version, but it's like a limited edition or something like that. But it looks fucking dope.
What, the card itself? Like they showed? I know they showed it.
Yeah, it's an AMD Radeon. Yeah, what happened? What's up, Brian?
Any modern day GPU is limited edition these days.
Oh, that's a fact.
Yeah.
Brian with the mic drops.
No, Brian's absolutely right, man. So what is it? The AMD Radeon RX 6900 XT Halo Infinite limited edition graphics card. But like as Brian said, every card's limited edition now.
Does it do ray tracing and all that good stuff?
No, it doesn't.
It's a
At least
It's
not
an
for
AMD
Halo.
card.
At least not for Halo.
Oh,
You know?
Halo is not doing ray tracing.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Not in the
Wait,
beginning.
but isn't ray tracing and Brian and Chris isn't ray tracing a RTX thing?
No.
No,
AMD has their like global illumination kind of like it's a different name, isn't it?
No, ray tracing is just a general technique. Just that Nvidia are leaps and bounds ahead at the moment because they've had like 2 gens worth of trying it out. Nvidia's first time is with these RX whatever cards. Again, they do support ray tracing, but its performance is really terrible.
Uh-oh.
Ray tracing, like here's the thing, like ray tracing is old as Metal Gear Solid 2 or older. It's been done in older games. It's just like it's not used a lot because it's so memory intensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, and it's a generic term. Like either of them can use it. Like they can't
All right.
trademark it or anything.
I'm reading this from GameStop. It says Microsoft and AMD aren't sharing all the specifics yet, but 343 said it is working with AMD to add ray tracing to Halo Infinite after launch.
Yeah, well, why don't they talk about that AMD performance in Windows 11 problem? then?
Oh, by the way,
There's a fix for it apparently, or at least it's coming.
and I want to clarify that I didn't get a performance bump, performance buff, or is it? No, it's a nerf.
Nerf.
Oh, it didn't happen to you?
Yeah, I was expecting it, but I'm like, okay, let me test some games. I tested Cyberpunk, and it was running a little bit better than it normally does. And then I tried Tony's settings that he found, and it runs like.
it bumps it up by like 20 frames. It's significant too.
Yeah, it did a good number on it, man.
Yeah, man. But yeah, Chris. I'm reading this off Engadget. AMD and Microsoft fix issues with Ryzen CPU slowdowns on Windows 11. So there you go. Anyway, so I can't even ask like who's gonna get this card. No one's gonna get this fucking card. You know?
Yeah.
The scalpers are gonna get it. Let's just be real here. I mean, scalpers are so crazy now. The freaking Halo fridge sold out. Not the Halo, the Xbox fridge sold out because of these idiots. A fridge. And then, of course, they're on because of that. How much is the fridge? Like $99 or something like that, right? And they're flipping it on.
Yeah, 99.
Yeah, 99. Yeah. They're flipping it on eBay for like $300. Like, bruh.
English, man.
Yeah. So yeah, graphics card looks dope, but no one, like Brian said, no one's getting this shit. You know, but go ahead.
It looks good. The only thing that sucks is that like. It looks good, but the only thing that sucks is that you can't. I don't know. Like it would be cool if you can match it with something else. Like maybe like the motherboard has like those green hues and stuff as well. But I don't think there's any motherboards that kind of look like that. It would be pretty cool, like a Halo console.
Yeah. We could just segue into the next topic because it's still related. I just made them 2 separate ones just to keep things clear. But yeah, what do you guys think about the fact that there's no ray tracing on Halo?
Okay, so that's So that's what I want to talk about.
Let's talk about
man.
that.
So the game is not going to come with Forge day one. It's not going to come with online co-op day one. It's not going to come with ray tracing day one. So this game's not ready.
It's not
going to be ready when it comes out.
Facts.
So it's they delayed the game. Remember last year, 2020. It feels like 10 years ago. That when they announced the game, they even said ray tracing wasn't ready then, but it was going to come out the next year. And now it's 2 years from that point. So
damn,
it sucks, man. It's like you're either gonna release a complete game or you're gonna release an unfinished product. And
Cyberpunk.
You never know, man. It could have the same issues.
Yeah.
I hope not, but it's like you're not releasing the game the way it should be. Then I had the same. Well, it's not the same, but it's really similar. But with Red Dead Redemption 2, Brett also had the same issue. It's like. Yeah, you're not releasing the Red Dead 2 online day one, so you're not releasing a complete product. You're not releasing what you're advertising. So it sucks, man. You want 343 to do good with this game because the last couple attempts, it hasn't. They've been really polarizing at best. So this is their flagship title, and you wanted to showcase what the next gen consoles can do or the current gen consoles now, and ray tracing should be a significant part of it.
Yeah, I agree. On top of all those other features, Again, for you guys who don't know, Carlos and I have been playing the Halo games leading up to Halo Infinite, right? When we heard this shit, that they weren't going to have co-op, we're like, what's the point? We're like, we just stopped playing the games. We'll get back to it when we find out when co-op is happening. But for me, I'm not even playing this at launch. I'm like, to me, the Halo experience is me playing with Carlos. If I can't have that, I'm not bothering. Because I don't care about the online. I don't care about that shit. I'm going to play co-op with Carlos. If I can't get that day one, then I'll just wait, And hopefully, Carlos, by the time we play, it'll have way tracing,
Oh, God. Yeah, I hope so, too. But I'll mention later, but I might have to play it without you.
Uh-oh. Well, unlike Adam, I won't be upset. Do what you got. I mean, you already played the other Halo games before me. I don't give a fuck. That means you could just guide me through it, man. You could be the guiding hand like Chris, in Dark Souls.
Oh, the tours.
Yeah, the tours.
But unlike Chris, I don't lead you to your death occasionally.
What? Hey, listen. I'm sorry they didn't design the levels with handrails. Right?
Yo, man, those elevators, man. Remember when I fell?
Oh man.
Good times.
Yeah, Carlos, you go first, man. I'll come back later.
Yeah, I'll beta test it for you.
Yeah, scout the land. See what's going on. All right. Yeah, it just seems like we just keep getting like worse and worse news for Halo Infinite as we get closer to the release date, which is like a month from now, isn't it? Oh no, it's December now, right? That's right, it's December. For some reason in my head, and it's because of the Xbox 20th anniversary, I thought it was going to be on the anniversary.
Well, it's less than 2 months, so
yeah.
So it's a month and a change, essentially.
Yeah. But yeah, hopefully by the time I play it, they'll have some of the shit ironed out. Yeah. All right. Moving on. By the way, since we already mentioned it, and I can't believe we haven't talked about this game in a couple of weeks, but it's back in the news, man.
Was it Cyberpunk?
Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk.
Joking too.
Cyberpunk is back in the news, man. Along with Witcher 3.
I don't think one company or one title. I know this is a 2-title story, but I don't think one company and one title has had as much fuck ups or bad press as this game ever.
Oh yeah, no, I agree. I've never seen anything. None of us have nothing like this. And again, people go, "Oh, what about No Man's Sky? What about this?" I'm like, okay, did No Man's Sky get pulled from PlayStation 4 for 6 months? No, it didn't. Even Life of Black Tiger never got pulled.
Yeah.
Like, this is unprecedented. And then all the people leaving the studio, possible lawsuits. Like, you've never seen anything like this. And again, and it's funny because I always keep coming back to this game to do some like testing and stuff. Particularly now, when I got that new PC. You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
you got that benchmark.
Yeah, but I'm like, this game is still not finished. Like, you could throw all the fanciest graphics you want on it. You start playing like, yeah, this needs work. And we're about to reach a year after it came out because it came out December 13th or so. I'm like, it's not going to be done. CD Projekt, I'm like, oh, it's in an acceptable state. Maybe to you, but it really isn't. But again, the things just keep piling with this game. And the latest thing is that the promised next-gen versions will not be coming out this year after all. They've been delayed to next year, along with The Witcher 3 next gen. Was that promised for this year too, The Witcher?
Really? Was it?
No, I'm asking if it was or not. I'm not
I don't even
sure
remember.
about that. But even then, if it was, even that wouldn't be as egregious as a Cyberpunk issue because we were supposed to get this shit long time ago,
Yep.
So go ahead, man.
I mean, when we talked about this, it's like, I'm not expecting those next gens to come out this year, even months ago. So, no surprise, man. I'm just happy that every time that CD Projekt Red announces something, it's not on that stupid yellow background.
Yeah, this time it was on a white background.
Yeah.
You saw it like the CD price. This time it was not yellow. I guess it's because it wasn't specifically about Cyberpunk. But I'll read this statement regardless. It's short. We have an important update regarding next generation updates of Cyberpunk 2077 and The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt for consoles and PC. Based on recommendations supplied by teams supervising development of both games, we decided to postpone their releases until 2022. Our current target for Cyberpunk 2077 is the first quarter of 2022 and second quarter of 2022 for The Witcher 3. Apologies for the extended wait, but we want to make it right. I mean, again with Cyberpunk, it's like, they recently said, or not recently, but a couple months ago, they said that, it's very difficult working on a game that's currently available. I'm like, maybe you shouldn't have released it until it was finished. How about that?
Oh, and I like the way they're like with the suggestion of their guys. So, now you're listening to those motherfuckers.
Yeah, now you're listening to them. You're not listening to the big CEOs and shit. It's like, put the game out.
You're not listening. You're not trying to impress the investors that you could do this shit. Come on, guys.
Yeah. Oh, now you're finally listening to the developers. The guys who, as reports say, told the higher ups stuff like, "Yo, this game is not ready, bruh." They didn't listen.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Uh-oh.
Brian.
What up?
Are you and this is just curious, like not trying to start anything, but are you interested in playing Witcher 3 when it comes out to next gen?
I already have it.
Oh yeah. Oh damn it. Yeah, I fell for the trap. God damn it. All right,
damn, man, you try to get Brian, he got you instead, bro.
Sometimes you forget that he belongs to the master race.
That is true.
I kind of done played it like years ago. But yeah, now you actually bring up a good question. Because Tony, you mentioned that The Witcher Next Gen is coming to next gen consoles and PC, right?
Yes.
So what are they going to do for the PC version to improve it? That's where I'm. Well, the question number one is what are they going to do, and question number two is it going to be a free upgrade, because they have a good habit of being good towards the people that own the products. So
yeah,
it is in case of like, hey, you have the old one, so we'll give you the new one for free.
I'll have to dig because I could be wrong here, but if I remember correctly, because remember, this is not the first time we've heard about this update, right? They said it's going to, Witcher 3 is going to be free update for everybody, and the PC version is going to get, nicer textures, 4K, all that, because remember, the game is still old. The game is an old game right now, so they could definitely improve upon it. But yeah, Brian, if I remember correctly, they said it's going to be a free update. This is CD Projekt Red, so they're at least honoring that part,
We still your friends.
Yeah. And to answer your question, Brian, remember you said, actually, no, you and I talked about this. I said I will play The Witcher 3 when it gets upgraded, right? Mm-hmm. Just an addendum now. I'm not going to play it on console. You know what I'm saying? I'm playing this motherfucker on my PC, baby.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
So I will wait for the update, then I'll play it, So that'll be cool.
Yeah. I have another question for Brian.
Uh-oh. Don't take another L, bro. Just saying. Don't take another L.
I'll try not to.
All right.
So I own The Witcher 3 on PC on Steam.
My PC?
Specifically.
Mm-hmm.
So
my
why?
PC. So I just own The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. Is there, because I know there's a Game of the Year edition, and I'm assuming that I don't own that if I own just the regular game.
It's a good question.
Yeah, the Game of the Year is with both DLCs.
But what I'm saying is, like, if the DLCs weren't free, right?
No, they were paid ones.
Gotcha. Because I have The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, and then I see The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt Game of the Year edition, and then I see that's like $50. But I already own Wild Hunt, so I'm wondering if I can even get a discount for the thing. But
just wait for the sales. Usually they go on sales and just get the. Again, I don't know how it is on Steam, because I've not checked. But on GOG, they at least have like you can buy the season pass or buy the DLCs individually, and that's how you can get them. Yeah, the game of the year is just the complete edition, if you wish.
Okay, so I'm checking my Steam right now. I only have Wild Hunt.
On
Yeah,
Hunt?
I have Wild
Hunt.
Hunt, and there's 2 DLCs. There's Heart of Stone, which is $10, and there's Blood and Wine, which is 20.
Blood
Yeah,
and wine.
Blood and Wine. So that's $30 if you want to if you want to get the whole package. If you already own the original game, that is.
But yeah, you can probably get like a discount on like CD keys or something.
Oh,
It's CD keys, man. You already know. Hey, hold on. I'm confused. Hold on. What is this?
what is this?
Okay. When I go to just my regular library, I only see The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, right? But when I go to the store and go to the search bar and I type in The Witcher 3, it shows a bunch of Witchers, and all of these are in my library. It says
Maybe you got gifted?
the expansion is in there. The Heart of what is it? Hearts of, I don't know. It doesn't say the rest of it. Hearts of something, Blood and Wine. I'm guessing. Game of the, it's all in there. It's all in my library.
They did have a bunch of free DLCs, so maybe that's also being like picked up as well.
Yeah, maybe. Hold on, but when I click on Game of the Year, then it gives me an option to buy. What? I am confused.
I think it always gives you an option to buy, even if you own it. So let me go to.
Yes, that was. Sorry, I think on PlayStation. But yeah, it always gives you the option to buy it if you don't have it, so that you can gift it to other people.
Yeah.
I think that's the reasoning behind that. Which
makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, check it out.
Yeah, exactly.
I went to Wild Hunt expansion pass. It says it's in your library. So I'm guessing if I download the game, all that shit will just get it, be downloaded as well, right?
Yeah, that's probably the case.
Yeah, cool. So I
So
already
you
have The
probably
Witcher
bought the
3.
Game of the Year edition, right? Or did someone gift it to you?
Who knows, man? Who knows?
It was probably Cohen's.
It probably was
man.
gifted because no, here's the thing. I bought The Witcher 3. I remember buying it, but I don't remember buying any of the expansions. Maybe it was gifted to me. Who knows?
You did throw some coin to The Witcher.
I did. Either way, I'm ready for the PC upgrade. So bring it. All right. What are we talking about right now? Do I even have it set up? Oh no, this story.
Oh no, what they do, Ray?
Because, and I'm glad Adam's not here because we're going to talk shit about Ubisoft.
Oh, the nuke.
So Ubisoft, this is a report, so take it how you will. That they're reportedly finally working on a new Splinter Cell game.
All right.
Whoa.
I guess hell really did froze over. So they're not going to turn it into some multiplayer bullshit, are they?
That is my worry because I'm like, okay, and by the way, I'm going to step back a little bit. So this is my theory as to why we haven't gotten a new Splinter Cell, Prince of Persia, or Rayman game because Ubisoft hasn't figured out how to make them fit into the Ubisoft formula. What is a Ubisoft formula? Open world online game or heavily RPG mechanics, all that shit, right? That's what that standard Ubisoft formula is. Far Cry isn't online, but it's still open world, still has the RPG shit. Same thing with Assassin's Creed, even though it has a ton of microtransactions. And then, of course, you got The Division and Wildlands. I'm missing some other games. But you know what I'm saying? But you guys know what the Ubisoft formula is. So I think that's the reason we haven't gotten the proper Splinter. It's like, how are we going to make I know Metal Gear Solid 5 did it, but it's like an open world stealth game. So I don't know, man. So let me look into this report. Because who is that even coming from? Video game VGC? Who the fuck is that? But it's IGN reporting on it, so even I guess they must think it's credible. A report from VGC claims multiple development sources have revealed that a new Splinter Cell is in early phase of production with a small chance of the game being announced in 2022. Interesting. The project has apparently been greenlit as part of an effort to appease frustrated Tom Clancy and Splinter Cell fans who have been less than happy with Ubisoft's treatment of the brand over the past decade. Some insider baseball stuff for you guys. I am not kidding you. Every single time I've been invited to a Ubisoft event. I have asked them, where the fuck is Splinter Cell? And they've just given me the face like, dude, don't ask us that. I see a podcat, by the way.
Yeah, he's hanging out here. He's purring.
But so I hope this is true, but I am afraid. Obviously, not going to be the original guys. Like the last Splinter Cell game they made was like what? Like, but it was Blacklist. What
was that 2011?
Something like that. It was like 2012, 20. Yeah, but it was a long time ago.
A while ago.
Yeah. So it's not going to be the same people, and maybe with the current climate, it may be a little soft around the edges, if you know what I mean. So I don't know, man, but I'm glad because think about it. We don't have Metal Gear anymore. We don't have Splinter Cell. The only game in town right now is Hitman, which is great, but we need that other end of the spectrum, So hopefully this is true. And apparently they did have a working kind of model of this game that some people tested out. So it seems like it's legit, But I would really like to see Sam Fisher come back. That would be really cool because that Blacklist was so good. Like, how do you guys just stop there, man?
I mean, they can fill if they since there's not going to be any Metal Gear games, they can really fill in hole for stealth genre.
Yeah, because the Splinter Cell is more Metal Gear than Hitman is. So, all the cool gadgets and crazy shit like that. But yeah, I'm just worried that they're going to turn into some Ubisoft game, if you know what I mean. But turn it into the old school Ubisoft games. So we like those. The new games are going to take shit. They get too bloated, too much. When things are bad when even Brett says this is too much game. About a Valhalla. That's how you know shit is bad. It is the bad to make it. But Chris, what do you think, man, about the prospect of a new Splinter Cell?
I would like one, but I'm worried about what you like. You voiced my concerns about the current day development and story writing, and I'm worried. Like, I mean, you've heard the leaks about Indiana Jones and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm worried that Sam Fisher is old, he's gonna die, and some lady's like, you're the Splinter Cell now.
I'm Sam Fisher now.
Right? Yeah, to take the name.
Take the name because you can't take the title. You have to take the name.
Take his name, yeah.
Like the whole thing, James Bond thing. It's like, why can't you just have another 007? Problem solved. You don't have to be another James Bond. Just be another 007.
Is that what happened?
I don't know, but but the thing is, like, how they've been saying, like, oh, we need to get so and so to be James Bond. It's like, why? Just get another 007. And you're good. Give him another bland name, and you're good to go.
I mean, yeah, like there was what's his face? The guy from Boromir was a 00.
Yeah,
he wasn't GoldenEye.
He wasn't. Yeah, he was
the rogue agent,
and he also died.
He did, of course. He has to die,
as he always does.
Yo, I remember when I saw Equilibrium because I saw it years after it came out. He's in there. I'm like, how long is it going to take? This dude died in the first 10 minutes. Hilarious, Great movie, by the way, Equilibrium. What they have, Gunkata, is that what they called it?
Gunkata,
yeah.
Christian Bale,
doesn't make any sense, but
no,
sure, martial arts gun fu, sure.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. You know me, I'm a huge Michael Ironside fan, but he sounds. Did you hear him in not in the last game, but the last time he was Sam Fisher, it was gruff as shit.
Well, he is like almost like 70 years old or something.
Yeah, because people were complaining like, oh, why isn't Michael Ironside back? Like the voice doesn't match the character anymore, man.
They did have him in that. Yeah, that last.
He was. It wasn't a proper, but it was like a cameo type of thing where he reprised the role, and you heard him.
Breakpoint, and
and you're like, ugh,
It's like I'm the only one left. I was like, whoa!
Like, how is that voice coming out of that body, bruh? Dunkin' Donuts is the coffee we were talking about, I like Manny's cat.
Oh yes.
Hey, Manny, like Blofeld, something about James Bond.
Yes, I'm Telly Savalas Blofeld.
Not current. What's his name? I'm not from Spectre.
I'm not Christoph Waltz.
Yeah.
I still want to see that movie. I heard it's good. I noticed that the Daniel Craig James Bond movies keep skipping. Like the first one, Casino Royale's fucking good. Then the next one, I think.
Oh, Quantum of Solace.
Yeah. But then the one after that, Skyfall, was dope.
Skyfall was good.
And then Spectre was, So I'm hoping this one, which is his last one, will be like really, really good. I heard people seem to like it though. That's good. Anyway, yeah, Splinter Cell. Hopefully, it won't fuck it up. Please don't fuck it up.
They're going to find some weird way to fuck it up if they
Probably
do.
will, yeah.
Like they'll do something that is just they'll here's a good one. They'll do what they did with Tom Clancy's name. Is that they'll just take the name and then they'll put on something that has nothing to do with Tom Clancy at all and put it out there and say, hey, look, it has Tom Clancy on the box. You must buy it, right? Because you like the Tom Clancy's, right? And
Tom Clancy, flying saucers.
Well, I mean, they already have the alien, and not the alien. The what's it, Brian? The zombie one. Yeah.
Extraction or something, or like Rainbow
Extraction.
Six. They have Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Extraction, where you're rescuing hostages from aliens. It's like, I read that, I'm like,
it is aliens.
and I was like, no, stop. This has nothing to do with Rainbow Six. This is.
I like the premise, except that it's Rainbow Six. It's like, why can't it just be rescuing people from aliens? And it's like, well, it was Tom Clancy. It's like, what? No, he didn't write about aliens.
Like, you can just remove Tom Clancy and Rainbow Six and just have Extraction Point or something, and then okay, cool, fine, it works, like it's its own thing. It doesn't need to be. Again, it's the problem with modern age these days. It doesn't need to be attached to the damn name. Like, drop the name. Take everything else. The name has a meaning. The name has a purpose. The name belongs to someone. You can't just appropriate the damn name. It doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, Tony, I'm in the same camp as you. Like, I would love one similar to 1 and 2, but we'd never get anything like that these days.
No, we wouldn't.
Because certain people that play games, they can't jump over boxes.
Oh man, jump dash. All right, man. I believe this is the last thing we're going to talk about tonight. We got to talk about our favorite brand, Dbrand. At it again, man. So they, we talked about this before. How I think Sony issued a cease and desist, right? Because they were selling these faceplates. So as a matter of fact, let me zoom in here. Carlos's PlayStation 5 has a Dbrand covering on it, which looks really fucking dope.
You know what's funny? You know what's funny? How so apparently the reason why Dbrand was actually able to do them beforehand is because idiotic Sony didn't have the patent for the shell.
Wow, really?
And they were sending out cease and desist when they didn't even have the patent to it.
Wow, that's crazy.
Now they have their patents sorted, and obviously, they came after Dbrand.
Yeah. So what Dbrand did is I believe they took this one off the market. I don't know if they did or not, but they do have a new one. They did, right, Carlos? I don't know, Carlos.
Well, they do have a new one.
Yeah, no, they have a new one. Did they take the old one off the market then?
Yes, as soon as that happened, they pulled it down.
Okay.
But here's the crazy thing about it. How quickly they had another design set up.
You noticed that. Yo, Carlos, you gonna get that new one with the fans though, bro?
Nah, I'm good.
I'm good.
We'll get it for his PlayStation 5 Pro.
There you go.
That's the one.
Yeah, I'll wait for that. It looks good. I'm thoroughly enjoying my own Dbrand.
Fucking tight
faceplates. Yeah, man, all black, black matte. And like we mentioned before, that box it comes with, it's almost worth the price of the product by itself. It's like a really good box.
Yeah,
it's very. They put together some nice packaging for their stuff. But it's also Dbrand is. I say, man, they're literally poking the bear.
They are.
Oh yeah, they are.
Oh
yeah, they're challenging Sony again. Go ahead, bro.
Okay, just go to the website, because if you go to the website right now, at time of recording, it lands on the splash page and has the Dark Plates 2.0 with the PS5 cover on top, and then like the button to go and buy more is labeled Checkmate Lawyers.
Oh shit! I'm looking at the
I'm looking at this image.
I'm assuming it's from their website. avoiding lawsuit. ... Thanks, Sony. Do you have any idea how many lawyers we had to go through to find some that were willing to take on the Dark Plates case? We'll give you a hint. The answer lies at the bottom of Lake Ontario. Turns out our new lawyers can handle either the murder charges or the Dark Plates. It's the image is kind of blurry here, but not both. We may be in a maximum security prison by the end of the year, but at least your PlayStation 5 will have an undisputably original design. That's funny, man. These guys are totally poking the fucking bear.
Yeah.
Oh, this is brilliant. Like, okay, seriously, just go to the website now. It's the funniest thing. So I went on the Dark Plates 2.0. I'm just reading through. Our loss is your gain. Imagine this. You're a 15 trillion yen, I guess?
Yeah. Here it is. I'm reading it. 15 trillion yen.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll let you go, Tony.
Okay.
Yeah,
by the way, before that, Brett, what were you going to say?
I just said, oh, snap.
Yeah. I'll read it. Our loss is your gain. Imagine that you're a 15 billion yen enterprise who just spent a small fortune designing their new generation gaming console. A privately held corporation run by robots makes it black. The world rejoices. You're livid. You vent your frustrations to a team of lawyers. They get to work. Now, under threat of litigation, those robots have to redesign their Dark Place while also funding a legal defense. Needless to say, some corners were cut. You're welcome.
They literally cut the corners.
Yeah.
They literally cut the
corners
off, and they put the fan hole in it.
Oh, adding vents, give those fans some air. Okay, this is bullshit now. Yeah, they literally just cut the corners.
Oh, by the way, the box, the box is different. It looks good.
Now you got to get the box, Carlos. You have to.
I have to get the box.
So then the other thing that they did to it is that they actually have like tubing that's inside of the plate to essentially
look at that box.
To essentially push the lighting a little bit more, and you can actually change the color of the lighting. So you pick the color tube that you want in there, and then you can have a different lighting coming out of your PlayStation instead of that usual bluish color.
I got to read this part. We proudly boasted that the Dark Plates 1.0 packaging was the pinnacle of box science. What do you do when you're already reached the summit? The answer is obvious. Go even higher. Today, we're proud to announce that we've sent our box scientists to Mars. It's going to take a while to replace those who've perished on the one-way journey, but the results speak for themselves.
Yo, Dbrand, I got to give it to them, man. They're pretty cool.
Oh, Carlos, like the stuff they've added on the plates for the PS5, it's some of the funniest things I've ever read in like a long time. I'm reading the one under improving thermals. You know, they talk about they found a fan scientist.
Yes.
He told us that your console will run cooler because of the vents we added. You know, we extend a heartfelt thanks to the fan scientists and condolences to his family. If they'd like to sue us for his wrongful death, they'll have to get in line.
Oh shit!
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
They're not poking the bear. They're stabbing it at this point.
They're stabbing the bear.
You know, man. What else is it? They're literally just like, it's brilliant marketing though.
It doesn't sound like an American brand.
Yeah, it really doesn't.
Well, they are Canadian.
Oh, well,
are they Canadian?
Yeah, well, they said Lake Ontario, didn't they? Unless they're
Lake Ontario goes both ways.
I mean, it does go both ways, but yes.
It goes both ways.
You know?
By the way, completely off topic, but since we're talking about Canada, I was watching this video the other day. I was blown away by it. You know, half of Canada, lives... Okay, the northeastern part of the United States, right, is higher elevation than 50% of Canada, or where Canadians live.
50% of the population.
Yeah, you know the line of demarcation that separates Canada from America? Most Canadians live under that.
Oh yeah.
Which is crazy. And then 50% of the population lives in that little area, by the lakes and shit. But it makes sense, because most of Canada is fucking frozen wasteland, And then, but even if you go a little bit above the border, even I don't know how many miles it is, but that's like 80% of the population. I'm like, damn, that's crazy. So think about it. We have we have a lot of most Canadians live in America. It's crazy. And I thought they were exotic and shit. Like, no, you guys are Americans.
Well, technically, all Canadians live in America.
Yeah, but United States, I should say. We got to get our countries right here. Even though we run this motherfucker.
Yeah, they are. They're based off Toronto. So
yeah, so it kind of makes them like, yeah, you guys are just us.
Toronto. The only ones that get kind of frisky are the French Canadians.
Yeah.
They're like
they're the ones they're the ones that want to succeed from the rest of the country.
Yeah. So Toronto people, Vancouver people, they're Americans with a weird accent.
Yeah, pretty much Vancouver, as I like to call it. Oh man. Dbrand, shout out to you. Guys are crazy. You guys are absolutely insane.
Here's a question that's based off this. How long before they make Steam Deck skins?
Oh, shit.
Well, they do have a lot of different skins over there, so yeah, why not?
Uh-oh, Logic Win says they eat poutine, though. I never had poutine. I've had the other something that sounds like poutine, but never the food,
Marzipan?
Am I saying that right, by the way? Poutine? Is that how you say it?
Yeah, that's how you say it.
I think so.
Not poutine or whatever. What the fuck isn't that like fries with a bunch of gravy on top of them?
It's gravy and like cheese curds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to Ook Funk, by the way. He always told us about that, man. Like, oh man, it's good. You gotta, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah, poutine. Yeah. I've never had poutine, but I'm not Canadian.
They also got like a. Okay.
Me. Oh, he's talking to the cat. Cheese curds. Okay. Do I know what cheese curds are?
It's like cheese, but in blocks or something. I don't know.
Okay. Cheese blocks?
Kind of.
Like the ones you put the toothpicks in?
Yeah, but not as dense, I guess.
Hey, Blitz, by the way, question for you, man. Because you're Tumeke, right? And you said, Tumeke is too much and it means a good thing. What's the bad version of Tumeke? Like, because I mean, you speak English too, but it's like over here in America, it's like when we say, "Oh, that's too much," it's a bad thing,
Oh, Tony,
what's up?
It would be extra.
Extra, oh, yeah. And Blitz, that's when I see the word poutine, that's what I think of. I'm not gonna repeat it now, but if you guys are watching the chat, that's what I think of when I see the word poutine. Tang, I'll just say that part. Oh man, I'm not hungry. I don't even know what poutine. I mean gravy and fries. That doesn't sound that bad. I guess it'll be like you have to. I'm assuming you use utensils, right? You can't just like pick them out of the bowl.
Yeah, I think it's with utensils. I'm surprised that fast food places don't try it out here.
Probably because people aren't Canadians here.
Yeah, but I mean, it seems
you might have to give it some other name, like what do you call it? Gravy and fries.
That's right. They got to change the name,
Yeah, because then people are like, ugh, what is this?
Yeah, I mean, think about it. They don't even sell, like, generally speaking, like fish and chips. It's like, wait, it's just French fries and fried fish. Why don't you sell that? I've had that before, and it's excellent. But again, it's like I could make that shit on my own too. Fry up some fish, get some fries, and you're good.
Well, yeah.
Oh, he doesn't know the answer.
He doesn't know what
he doesn't know what the bad version of Tumeke is.
Oh.
But we will refrain from using that in a bad connotation because it means a good thing. Oh man! All right, I think we're done.
Done?
Yeah, we're done. Should we list the games we've been playing?
Yeah.
Why not? Even though Adam's not here.
I'll tell you what game I'm playing.
What?
It's been the same one for the last like 4 months.
Oh, Near Automatas.
Near Replicant.
Oh yeah,
It's in a stasis field right now since I've been in a consistent deadline mode for the last 4 months.
Remember when it was Near Automata that you were playing for about a year?
Yep, that's what it's gonna be. It's gonna be like I play 2 games a year now because it just things are so busy. So, I mean, granted, I do have Guardians pre-ordered.
Oh,
so that means I think it comes out tomorrow. No, right?
No, it comes out on Tuesday.
Okay, comes out Tuesday. So that means I'll be taking a walk over to the GameStop.
Wait, did I hear that right? Like Manny pre-ordered a game?
I did.
When was the last time you did that? Because I don't remember you doing so.
Near Replicant.
Yeah, Manny does pre-order games, dude. He does have a history of that.
I do pre-order games. And it's my second Square Enix game in a row. By the way, Square Enix has a really weird way of giving you your pre-order codes. What they do is they essentially put it. They don't give it to you inside. They give it to you when you pre-order the damn thing. So you get your pre-order code when you first your pre-order bonuses when you first get it on your receipt. It's weird. So then you put it in, and then it says, wait till the game comes out, and then you go to the website, and then you put the thing in there. It's really weird.
Yeah. By the way, since I already saw a couple other journalists and influencers talking about it, I could at least say, yeah, I've been playing Guardians of the Galaxy. So my review will be up when the embargo lifts. I don't know if I could say when the embargo lifts, but it'll be close to launch day. But I can say that I've been playing. I beat it already.
Whoa.
So, but Manny, I can sympathize with you now. When it comes to gaming, I've been playing Tales of Arise for like 5 weeks now because I'm so fucking busy. I can only play like 2 hours a week now. Ironically,
so Manny's the only one that gets busy here.
Yeah. But no, like Manny's busy. Like I'm pretty sure Manny works harder than all of us here combined.
I mean, let's just say after doing an episode of Throwdown, I'm still up until the next day. That's what's happening tonight, by the way.
Oh man, So yeah, that's why I've only been able to pick away at it. But ironically, some of the things that keep me away are games I need to review, like Back 4 Blood and like Guardians. Bro, I went ham last weekend. This weekend actually be my first weekend off, which fucking sucks that we're not going to go see Dune for reasons.
Yeah,
but we're still going to see that shit regardless.
We're still see it, but I was really looking forward to seeing Dune this weekend with up in New York with you. But I got a lot dropped on me at this point in time, and I had to pull out.
Yeah. Bullshit, man.
I want to get away from this goddamn computer already.
So yeah, I've been playing Tales of Rise. Tales of Rise is dope. It's just taking me a long time. I only get to play like 2 hours a week now, but it's really good. I'm in the second half of the game, and yeah, we talked about Back 4 Blood. So that played that. Carlos, what have you been playing lately?
I think the only thing I've been playing is Metroid Dread.
Oh shit, let's go.
Go serious. Yeah, game's good. It runs great. The only thing that sucks is the frame rate in the animations and the cutscenes. For some reason they're choppy as hell, and it's a cutscene.
Was it like 30 frames per second or something? Or I know the game runs at 60.
Yeah, the game runs at 60. The cutscenes I think are like 24 or 30 frames per second, but then they get choppy, like even worse. Like goes down to like 3 or 4. It's like weird. Yeah, the game's good. It's not as bad as David Jaffe makes it seem.
Yo, by the way, could we talk about that real quick, man? So David Jaffe got into a lot of trouble on Twitter after he posted. I think someone posted a clip of him complaining about the game or whatever, right? He was complaining about it. So the clip that they posted was so hilarious, right? So David Jaffe, he set out to prove that Metroid Dread has bad game design, right? He's like, oh, I could go anywhere in this level, but I can't go through this door. This is bad game design. So he goes through the level, and at every corner, he stopped. The game is literally telling him, no, go back to that room and figure out how to open that door. Like, you cannot progress until you figure it out. So the game's actually has good design, but he's a curmudgeon-y old man at this point, so he's like, rah, 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 rah,
Sometimes Jeffy gets really whiny. I can't do this.
Well, he gets. That's what happens when you get old.
Oh shit!
I don't know about
that's
that.
a different one because I don't think David Jaffe's that much older than us,
But he's in his 50s.
Yeah.
But it's like the game. I think the game actually has good level design.
Yeah.
It does a lot of the levels. It doesn't seem like it's wasted space. It's they all have their own. They all serve their own purpose. They're all there for a reason. And when you're done with them, it's like if you didn't get the hidden stuff, then you're pretty much done with the level. You just move on to the next.
But if you want, go back. Because the last Metroid game I played was Samus Return. Amazing level design in that.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic. And obviously, if you go back to the old school shit, Super Metroid, that's one of the few games I give a perfect 10 out of 10 to. So yeah, David Jaffe was just tripping. He's just tripping like, bro. And apparently the game tells you shoot walls right at the beginning of the game. Like,
oh yeah,
like
apparently
dude. Yeah.
Apparently David Jaffe did.
Yeah. I need to check out because he interviewed Gene Park, who's a really great guy, great journalist, really fun to talk to and stuff. So it was Gene that was like, hey, can I be on your show? After the whole Metroid situation. So Gene's a good guy. I got to check that out,
Also the only person to give it a bad rating. One of the people that gave it a bad rating, by the way.
Who, Gene?
Yeah.
Gene Park.
He gave that Metroid game a bad rating.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that. It would seem
Park,
like
Forbes?
He Washington Post.
Washington Post, gotcha.
Yeah, Washington Post, yeah.
He's actually a really huge Metroid fan, but yeah, he actually has issues with the
I'm actually surprised by that.
Game. So.
Yeah. Yo, I'll tell you guys a fun Gene Park story, right? So I met this dude in real life last year before the COVID bullshit, right? I met him at the the New York Video Game Critics Circle Awards, right? So I met him during the show and then afterwards, right? So afterwards, it was me, Danny Pena, a couple other guys. We're going to get some food, and I see Gene, and I told him like, "Hey, Gene, man, you're one of my inspirations because the guy does great work, right? Like, I really love the fact that like an older dude like you was still in the gaming thing doing his thing, and he was really grateful for that comment, right? Turns out I'm older than this dude. Because the thing is, like, Gene, he has really gray hair and shit, right? So I'm just assuming this dude's 50 or something. He looks good for what I thought he was, but and then he was talking about like, oh yeah, here's me at E3 2022 when I was 21 years old. I'm like, huh? What? I'm like, I was 22 in 2002. Like, what the fuck? What? So he is like, not a whole year younger than me, but he is close to a year younger than me. I'm like, whoa, okay, that's pretty funny. But me, I got the Dominican genes, man, to make me look young,
Maybe Gene has lived a hard life.
Exactly. We're not judging that, but Gene told me on Twitter, he's like, yeah, I'm gonna get you back for that, man.
You calling me an old man?
Yeah.
Hispanics are underrated the way we age. Like,
man, you know my mom, man, she don't look 76.
No, she doesn't.
Lupita.
Yeah, Lupita.
My mom.
Manny's mom did not look her age either, man.
My mom didn't look her age. She was she would have been 70.
Yeah.
But she didn't look her age either. Here's what happens. You especially when you're us, even Indian people and black, even Asian to an extent.
To an extent,
There's a point where you look young, and then you hit maybe
the wall.
You hit the wall. Then, but that at the point when you hit the wall, you're already ancient.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh man. By the way, go ahead. Yeah.
Gene didn't review Metroid for the Washington Post. It was Christopher Bird.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, because that didn't sound like Gene. Like that seems like his type of game, you know?
Yeah, because he's posting it all over his Twitter account. So I don't know. Maybe he didn't like it, but he didn't review it.
Yeah, I don't know. That's interesting. Yo, by the way, this is completely off topic right now. I don't know why this made me think of that. Just talk about age and shit. A couple of years ago, I went to one of my friend's weddings. Right, that was Mike's brother, as a matter of fact. Right, so Mike's brother, Italian, right, come from an Italian background, and his girlfriend, wife, Colombian, right. So I'm there looking like a mob boss and shit in my tux, right. So I'm looking around. I'm like, yo, I fit with both of these classes, man. So that's where I was like, yo, when Hispanics and Italians reach a certain age, they just look the same, It's hilarious. Like an old, think of an old Italian guy, right? It's the same as an old Colombian. It's interchangeable, but I just found it funny. I'm like, yo, I fit with both of these motherfuckers, man. This is hilarious, Anyway, I don't even know what we were talking about anymore. Oh yeah, games we were playing. Chris, what you been playing lately?
Nothing.
I ain't got nothing.
He's feeling the force of crunch too.
Oh,
there's crunch and baby,
child.
So yeah,
crunching child. The
got
child is
crunching
crunching you.
keys.
yeah. Like I was trying to do New Game Plus and Ghost of Tsushima. I think I left off with that. Also, I played a little bit with Brett Diablo 2, but I haven't gone back after that.
It's Diablo.
Diablo. Are you guys ever gonna go back to Back 4 Blood, or are you done?
I want to go back, but there's no reason to go back.
Okay.
Chris, let me know because I want to beat it, and I don't want to play that shit by myself.
Whoa! You got to finish your Dark Souls. You got to
finish your vegetables, motherfucker.
That's right. You finish your tequila, man.
Yeah, we got to do that. Yeah, let's do that first, Chris. Let's do that next weekend.
You know what? If you guys are playing Back 4 Blood, I'll jump in because I do want to finish the game.
Yeah. No, I'm not playing. I learned from Left 4 Dead. You do not play with randos. That's the one game. Left 4 Dead. Yeah. Oh, it was terrible. Terrible.
And I mean, Back 4 Blood, playing it, when we played it with Manny, with Tony, Brett, and Adam, it was fun.
It was fun as hell.
Even when we were complaining about it, it was fun.
Especially Adam getting lost.
Adam. Yeah. Adam was like,
I'm just trying to find some. No, you get over here.
I thought
he has a better sense of direction in real life than he does in video games.
Yeah, this would always happen. We get to the safe room, Adam's also like, all right, guys, just hang out. I'll be back. And I gotta go get Adam.
Well, or not only that, but it's like we'll be, the level starts. We're getting our health packs. We're getting our ammo, and Adam is opening the door, running towards the fucking chaos.
Yeah, exactly. like you're the last guy that needs to be running off alone, man. Stay your ass still, bruh. Oh man, but I'm down with that. Hopefully, I have some time. His job keeps you busy even after hours, bruh.
Yo, man.
That's good stuff.
Yeah, it's good. It's crazy. All right,
make that money.
You got to make that bread. Although, like I said the other day, man, when I got my first check, that's how much fucking taxes got taken out.
Oh yeah.
Like these motherfuckers. I better get a good tax return or something. Like Jesus.
Yeah, you should get a pretty decent tax return. Whatever money that they took off of you, they're gonna pretty much give most of it back.
Yeah. One concept I need to get used to is I eventually get vacations.
Yes, you do. You have to take. You have to.
Yeah,
you have to take vacation time. So be like, well, not right now. You just started.
Not now. No.
But no, man, you could be like, I'm out.
Yeah. I can't say too much, but we were having like a company-wide meeting, and it's like, guys, remember to take your vacations. And like, oh yeah, vacation. So I'm assuming probably early next year, your boys will be like, I'm on staycation. Got to be very, I'm very being specific about staycation. My ass ain't traveling nowhere.
I mean,
go to London.
You could take your vacation time right around your birthday.
That's actually my plan. Because I believe it's like every 3 months I can take one. It's like, I'll wait a 4th, then I'll do it on my birthday. You know. Because but next year is gonna be crazy. I already have plans to go to Vegas twice. One is for CES. I haven't announced it yet. I'm going to CES, your boy, you know. Another one is for a friend's wedding, so it's going to be very interesting, you know. But yeah, maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll go visit Brian in fucking England, you know.
Yo, pro tip. Pro tip. 3 days. 3 days in Vegas is the limit.
What do you
After
mean?
3 days, it's too much.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to be there an entire week for work, you know.
Oh yeah, for work, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I'm going to be
there.
If
If you ever go to hang out and stuff, it's like 3 days, man. It takes a toll on you.
I'll keep that in mind, you know. What's it? Goes in Vegas, stays in Vegas, or happens?
What happens in Vegas?
Happens in Vegas.
What happened?
Are you gonna end up married or something?
I hope not. Elvis is gonna marry me and shit, you know.
Hey Tony, do you want to get married?
These are one of the many instances where I hate that Adam isn't here, because that shit would have triggered a story.
You know that would have. Yo, it's when I got married to this woman I didn't even know. I just woke up, she was there.
All of his stories remain mostly in New York. He doesn't have very many outside of New York.
No, I'm pretty sure the story would have happened in New York. You know.
Yeah.
It would have triggered Adam's story. Yeah.
It wouldn't have been a Vegas thing. It would have been, I remember this one time, this Vegas impersonator, and then in the boonies, is like that kind of stuff. It's
I met this Elvis impersonator in the South Bronx at 2 a.m.
I was at Coney Island.
Also South Bronx. That's not he wasn't a Bronx guy.
Wait, he lived in the Bronx for a while, didn't he?
No, he didn't.
Oh,
he lived up.
So he's faking it, man.
So he's Adam Forborough.
Yeah, he's Forborough.
How it counts is he did at some point have work in the Bronx, but not for very long. But most of it was within the Staten Island, Manhattan, Brooklyn, and Queens.
So Adam Forborough, huh?
Adam Forborough.
Four boroughs and sometimes 5.
Oh man! All right, Brian, what you been playing lately?
I went back to Control, but I went to a different version. So recently I played Control for the PS5, got the platinum for that, and did all the trophies for the DLC. Nice. And then I was like, I own the PS4 version as well. It's like, do I really want to go through the game again and get the platinum again? It's like, yeah, why not?
My man.
So yeah, I had to go through, replay the whole game again. Replay the whole game again and get the platinum. And once you know what you're doing, then getting platinum in Control is actually really simple.
Yeah, it's not a super difficult one. If you already know in advance what to look for when it comes to the that one, I can't remember, those alert things.
Yeah.
If you keep doing those, that's the one that's probably the most annoying. But you can actually do that while you're actually playing the game. You can actually do a one and done playthrough of Control.
Oh, definitely. Like the whole thing can be done pretty easily. The only real thing that I kind of messed up on is I didn't get the skill points right. So I only got the skill points trophy after the game completed. But that was because the final mission gave like the final point I needed. But yeah, apart from that, you can really just plan without planning, really. So yeah, got that again. Didn't go through the DLC because I'm like, nah, I didn't like the DLC, so I'm avoiding it. And then went back to play Monster Hunter, and I'm now 2 trophies away from the platinum.
Oh shit!
And
holy shit!
It's those fucking crowns you need, right?
Yes, the crowns. Lucky enough, they have events that give you like a 12% chance of getting this large crown or the small crown. So that definitely does help. And because you're fighting like multiple monsters at the same time, the HP is like reduced.
Yeah,
so
that's right.
it's even less hit. And plus, I have Iceborne, so I have like all the Iceborne armor and weapons. So like I am doing these hunts in like minutes. So yeah, it's quick. Still doesn't stop it from being time consuming. Like I remember once I spent an entire episode of Throwdown. In fact, it was last Thursday. That's why I didn't speak. I was going through just trying to get the I think it was like the large trophy for Euro, no, for Lavisoft.
Yeah.
Lavisoft? Lavisoft.
Yeah, something. Yeah.
The lava one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I spent the whole episode just trying to get the large trophy for that.
Fuck.
And keep note that, again, I'm going in with master rank gear, master rank weapons, and I'm only just going through and killing that one, and that's it. So it takes like 2 minutes per run,
God
maybe
damn.
2.5 in total. I mean, like from being on the quest till the next quest, like the whole thing is 2 minutes or 2.5 minutes. And even then, I just kept on going and going and going, and yeah, I didn't get it. So again, it's still random, but it's a lot easier. So yeah, just need to get the miniature crowns for the elder dragons and the large crown for the elder dragons, which apparently is worse since they don't have any quests that you can just replay and have a high chance. So yeah, it may take some time. But apart from that, I'm having fun, and I've decided that I will go ahead and finish the final boss of Iceborne. So at some point, I need to kill Fatalis.
There you go.
And then this where like Tony and whatnot are like, "Who's that?" It's like,
Yeah.
oh, Fatalis is a nightmare.
Oh God, we got to fight that shit.
I really cannot wait until you guys get back to Iceborne, because I don't know where you guys left off, but the DLC ones they've added, they're hell. Like, have you guys fought Rajang yet?
Is that monkey one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that thing's fucking annoying.
Did you fight Furious Rajang yet?
No, we have not. Because the part we stopped was like, we thought, we saw the credits and everything, right? And then after I was like, go gather some more materials. Like, what? Like, because we're into like this new land and shit. And not, but it's funny because it's like, go dig some bones, but the bones look different. And all the normal things that you would normally pick that you just go by eyesight, they all look different. So we don't know what the fuck we're looking for,
Okay, yeah. There's one monster I want you guys to fight. I'm not going to tell you his name because I don't want to, in case it spoils it for you. But
we got to get back on that shit.
There's one monster that has, I think, the best monster soundtrack in the whole game, in my honest opinion.
Even better than the one that does the Kamehameha?
Yes, much better.
Oh shit!
I don't care. Yeah. Oh gosh, like when you fight him in the zone and the soundtrack kicks in. Like those of you that have fought him, you probably know, but it's when the choir joins in. Oh. That's what I'm going to say. Like when I fought him for the first time, I was like, I'm going to die now because this guy is going to kill me. Like, like when like the soundtrack just kicks in and you just get scared. It's like that moment in like a Souls game. Like you walk in and then you just hear like a soundtrack just start playing. And it's like, why is there a choir going on here? This isn't right. It's that level of like unease, and it's my favorite by far. So yeah,
nice.
Let me know when you guys are jumping back in, because I want to see your reactions. I want to hear like damn for like 2 minutes straight.
Okay.
Because that's gonna be Carlos, I guarantee.
Yeah. Carlos.
Gotta beat the Dark Soul or the Demon Souls with Chris. So
Back for Blood after that.
Back for Blood. Well, it depends, because Chris is also a Monster Hunter dude.
That is true. We gotta get
I want that gear. What was I think it's God damn, it's all ebony, but I don't know what monster drops it, Brian.
Ebony and Ivory.
Yeah, right. I was thinking the same thing.
I don't know if people are farming Fatalis and making Fatalis sets, but it was all black. It's like it makes anything. It makes any weapon class and armor.
Probably Fatalis.
Yeah, and I saw these guys with it just fucking destroying everything. I'm like, Jesus Christ! And one guy had a great sword, and one guy had a long sword. Another guy had a bow and arrow. I mean, all said Fatalis. One guy was just decked out, and he showed his character, just said Fatalis this, Fatalis that. I'm like, whoa, what?
Fatalis gear is pretty OP. I mean, like the skill sets it has are ridiculous. Like the two set bonus is that you get all skills are unlocked. So you know how like some skills they like lock to like 5, but then you get like the skill where you can add like 2 extra points and it goes to purple and goes to like 7. No.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Shit. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
Basically, it has that, but
fini-
for
the-
all skills that
All of them.
can do that. So
Damn.
agitator, free meal, artillery, divine blessing, all of them have that ability unlocked when you just equip 2 of them. When you equip 4 of them, you automatically get 200 stamina and 200 health. Default. Like there's no need for health boost anymore. And on top of that, you get like the razor sharp true shot charm built in.
Wow.
Like
Damn.
that's pretty much just going to like destroy any build that you can make because what's the point anymore? So yeah, it's stupidly powerful, and I want that, and I don't have it yet because the tower scares me.
Oh man, that's how you know it's real. All right, and Brett, what have you been playing lately? I'm assuming you've been playing the game this entire time. Oh,
Nah, I just really haven't had a whole lot to say. It's been a pretty quiet show. There has been room for me to rabble rouse in here.
yeah, it was a quiet week overall, you know. But
Yeah.
anyway, what have you been playing lately, sir?
Man, I've been kind of all over the place. I played some Diablo 3 with Chris. I played some Back for Blood. It kind of left me in like the middle of just kind of a weird place where I didn't know what I was going to play. I am still slowly mopping up Deathloop. I do think I may
Nice.
want to get some, maybe not the platinum, but I do at least want to rack up some trophies and see how I feel when I get there. But other than that, I really didn't know what to watch. I felt like playing some kind of story-driven game, so I almost downloaded Greedfall, which I'm still
Ooh.
planning on playing. But I am going to be giving The Witcher a 4th try, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, let's go.
So, got done watching the Netflix series, which, to those of you that haven't seen it, surprisingly good. The
Yeah,
one
it's
thing I
actually
wish
good,
people
yeah.
would have told me about it, it's based on the books, and the books come before the games. So if you know nothing about The Witcher, you are in exactly the right place to watch the show.
You're,
So it's
you're an idiot. I was like, what shit?
No.
Brett, did you have
yeah.
a problem with the non-linear storytelling of the show?
It was very confusing, but it didn't necessarily take away from my enjoyment. It's one of those things where just quit trying to figure out, just sit back and let it happen. It'll make itself clear. A lot of the confusing things about it were one of those things where like, I wonder what the fuck this is, and then like 2 minutes later the show's answering it. So you're meant to be slightly behind the uptake, I think, where it's kind of keeping you swimming in the unknown a little bit, and then it feeds you the bits that it needs. But it's overall it's a good show. It's a good introduction to the lore, to the characters especially that you're going to be meeting in The Witcher. And I'm hoping that's going to help me like it a little bit better, because now I actually am fully invested in the story. And for a game that's strong point is story as opposed to gameplay, I kind of feel like that's important. So and I've been itching to play a game kind of like The Witcher, in the sense like, man, I just want to roam from town to town murking monsters for fun. Like that sounds like something good, and I want something a little bit more slow paced. So the stars have aligned, man. If I can't enjoy it this time, there is no enjoying it, because I'm in the mood for something like that. I'm primed up on the show, so see what happens, man. 4 times the charm.
There you go, man.
But I will say this: I have always said the game is it's a great game made by a talented group of people, and at least until they made Cyberpunk.
Okay.
So I'm not hoping to so much eat my words as finally see what y'all are so goddamn obsessed about.
Oh, well, when you say y'all, you just mean Brian.
No,
No,
I
he's
mean
talking about the
internet.
internet. Yeah.
Oh,
It's the
okay,
internet.
gotcha.
Yeah. People get very upset if you haven't played The Witcher 3, as I know firsthand. I remember there was this one time. I think this was years ago too, right? Some guy was very, very upset that I had not played The Witcher 3. So he's like, "Yo, Tony, how about we do this? I'll play your favorite game, and you play Witcher 3." I'm like, "I don't care if you play my favorite game, bro." So I completely disarmed him.
Classic Tony mistake.
Yeah,
So,
hilarious.
So this is the first time you've watched The Witcher show?
Brett.
Me? Yeah.
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 Man, I was telling people to watch the show.
By the way, that's a hang up Manny has. Manny, you realize I saw it at the same time you did, right?
I know.
So you can't get up. You can't get mad.
I'm not mad at you.
Yeah.
You actually,
No,
you actually listened to sense this time.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, well, I mean,
Hey, I
think
can drop some mics too sometimes.
You know.
can. Manny's got a whole.
And Manny knows how to drop mics, unlike somebody here. Just saying.
Tony,
Manny, I think the thing you may want to leave, because honestly, I hadn't been entrenched in the Witcher lore. So, I mean, there's books, there's a video game, there's a Netflix series. Like at a certain point, you're just like, I don't know where the fuck to start, man. I feel like I kind of just got left at the train station on this one.
Just the series is a good place to start. It does a nice little job of giving you a good job of, well, showing you the world and sort of getting you to know Geralt and all the other characters that are in there. So yeah, I mean I enjoyed it. I don't have actually an interest in playing the game because I just don't want to get involved with a big old sprawling open worldy sort of game. But I do like the show, and I thought the anime thing that they did was actually quite well done too.
Actually, that's what drew me into the whole thing. Like, I got done with watching Blood of Zeus the second time, which is a dope ass anime for the people who made Castlevania. And I was like, okay, well, there's a Witcher anime. All right, let's see this. The Witcher anime turns out to be like a prequel to the entire Witcher thing. So I saw that and I was like, oh, okay. So then I guess, The Witcher happens after that. And then I found out, I was like, oh no, the books happen after that. And that's what the series is based off of. So I've already watched chronologically the first thing. Well, let's see what the series is about. I popped on the series. I'm like, yeah, it's actually pretty dope. I think I have some context now. So now I'll play the game and see what's up.
There you go. So that first season, because after I saw it, I'm like, it was pretty good. So I read the first two. The first two books are actually like short story collections, and the short stories in the show were actually pretty faithful. Like after I read the books, I'm like, oh wow, they stuck to it pretty closely, which is almost unheard of these days when it comes to adaptations. So that's a good thing. So Brett, I know you appreciate that. They actually didn't fuck things up.
Yeah, well, that's super rare these days, man. I don't think anything gets out of the gate without being hit with things that make them possibly grow broke. Looking at you, Eye of the World series.
One thing I did. I mean, the show doesn't convey this as much as the books did, but what I liked about the short story books, it just seems like here's a regular fairy tale, and then Geralt shows up, and then evil crazy shit happens.
It has a real Brothers Grimm vibe to it.
Yeah, exactly. But just like imagine a Brothers Grimm story, and then Geralt of Rivia shows up. And then craziness ensues, What's going on here? So it's very cool, I still need to read the proper novels, but the first two collections are really good.
Brett, did you watch the Netflix anime show? The Netflix anime movie?
Yeah, I watched the anime movie first, and then I watched the series after that.
What did you think of that?
I thought it was a great standalone, and for me personally, it was actually a really good introduction into the Witcher universe.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think...
Yeah, go on.
I think that's honestly probably its main job. I'm not sure if this is going to be something that... I'm sure fans of The Witcher will like it. It doesn't add a whole lot to world building that you don't already know. But for people
it does introduce a character that is going to be showing up in The Witcher show eventually.
Yeah, it introduces a lot of that, but like in terms of like, if I had watched the series first, I would be like, okay, well, this is a cool little spin-off story, which is perfectly neat. But I think the big hook of it is for the people who haven't seen The Witcher. You're just like, oh, I don't know, it's a little 90-minute movie, kind of gives you a taste of what's going on, and then you find it, you finish it, and you're like, you know what? That wasn't half bad. That makes me want to learn more about it. So. I feel like your satisfaction is going to be a little bit less if you're already exposed to it. Not much, though. But I think if you haven't seen the Witcher stuff and really just don't think it's for you or don't want to invest a whole lot of time or just curious to see if you like it, the anime is a good place to start, man.
Nice. I got to check this out then.
It is also fucking gorgeous, which, animes these days, some of them are pretty, some of them do pretty well,
Well,
but this is one of those
that's,
ones that you're like, wow.
The company that did that one is the guys that did the Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Oh
So
God!
that,
Oh yeah, you can tell.
that company is there. That it's a Korean studio. They're actually their work often looks better than a lot of the actual anime. You know, like in other words, stuff that's like some of the stuff that's like Japanese stuff.
Mhm.
There's a lot of really nice drawing in that and that they do in there.
Yeah. I just want to know what your thoughts were because I obviously watched it after playing Witcher 3, and in Witcher 3 they talk about the downfall of Kaer Morhen. So I was just always like, oh, like this seemed like a good idea, like tell like the story of. So it's nice that in the show they show that, and it's like, so this is why the whole place is turned to shit. And it's like it's a lot worse than I thought, and somehow I didn't think that was possible.
Yeah, I didn't realize that was going to be a story note later. So, good job on you guys, man. You seem to be pretty good at actually writing stories. Go figure, considering it's a series of novels that's actually been adapted into a good video game.
The thing about the video game is that it's literally years after the books. So
I think that's great. I think that's
so it's not beholden to whatever is going on in the books, but it does make mention of things that have happened in the books, and also some of the events match things that happened in the books.
yeah. It seems really true to source, both in terms of nodding towards things that have already happened, but also from what I've been able to tell. I don't have a whole lot of experience in The Witcher, but I get to give it a try a few times. It's the game and the show seem very true to the tone of the source material.
And I think, as I remember, Kevin Cal was actually a really big fan of the books and games, so I'm sure that's probably why he was involved. Why I think, and I think he's also a producer on it, so I think he has like a quality control over it. It was like, listen, we're not doing this unless it works. He's got his little his gravelly voice. He even purposely said that he wanted to make his voice sound like the one from the game.
I mean, kudos, good job to him. And for those of you out there who are not completely bored yet, season 2 starts in December, I believe. So it's a pretty good time to jump in.
2 years after the fact. Yeah. 2 years later, actually.
It feels like it came out like months ago.
Well, Rona time fucked everything up. No, it's been 2 years. Yeah, it's been 2 years.
So then, Brett, what you're saying is that if people make a faithful adaptation of a source material, the audience will like it.
It's weird, right? I mean, you'd think that you'd want to go 180 degrees and spit on your fan base to really get this thing off the ground, but turns out that doesn't seem to work so much, Brian.
Speaking of which, I have a question for Brett.
Uh-oh.
I have an answer.
I'm assuming Brett's going to be the forefront of this topic because maybe Tony could also knows. But has there been an update on the Wheel in Time series?
Isn't it already started?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's already out, dude.
Oh,
also, by the way, you heard the way Brett answered that. Right?
Yeah, I'm like, oh shit.
Oh, dude, yeah, no, I'm not gonna go off on air, but there's been, I want to say 2 or 3 definitive things, and I'll even go out and say this much. So I'm gonna say this is my opinion. Nobody else is here, but there's a few things in the show that they are reaching so hard to make a fucking identity statement that they end up spitting in the face of the source material, which itself actually put forth the idea that they were trying to postulate better than they themselves did.
So read the books. Okay. Thanks.
Yeah.
When I'm not going to get into it too much, but Brett, when I heard about some of the reasons for some of the decisions they made, I'm like, yeah, I'll just read the books. I'm good.
Well, it's completely contrary to what the show is. Like, I'm all for diverse casting. They wanted to do diverse casting. That's fine. But anybody who's read the series should know the whole point is they're in a tiny isolated town that hasn't seen a fucking visitor for like 2,000 goddamn years. There is no way that there is diversity in there. And it steps on the toes of the series as the series expands and you're introduced to different nationalities, different groups of people, different customs. It really helps to show like what a like a kind of a beautiful fucking quilt. The whole thing is when you put it together. But by trying to cram that diversification right in the front, as soon as you get to the show, they're losing out on the payoff later of showing you how great cultures different from your own can be. So they're cutting off their nose to spite their face. They're trying so hard to make good diversity choices that they're just watering down the whole message of diversity in the first place. So that to me, like, say what you want about politics, say what you want about what you like in your shows and what you don't like in your shows. The fact that they are contradicting their own efforts is just a sign of poor quality.
All right, I have no comment. But
It keeps on spinning. There's no beginning.
Well, I mean, I guess if fans don't like it, it'll go the way of Why the Last Man.
Yeah, but that's the unfortunate part, man. Like, I've been waiting for this to become a series for like 20 years, right? I love progressive ideas in these things especially when they're done well. But somebody handed this off to some ass clown who is so intent on waving a banner around, they're just muddying up the fucking story. It's not good quality thing, and it's a shame that it seems much like Why the Last Man. Somebody decided that they wanted to take a stand more than they wanted to make a good story.
Yeah. By the way, I'm looking it up here. I think the reason I said the show's rated is because people are talking about it. I guess so. I'm gonna assume those were screeners because it says the first 3 episodes air on November 19th. So I'm guessing it's reviewers that got their hands on it first or something.
It must be. Yeah.
Yeah. People they've seen the show. So yeah, it's probably reviewers. But yeah, I'll read the books eventually. But my only like experience with Robert Jordan is his Conan books, and they're fucking awesome.
They're hot dopeness.
Yeah, they're
Robert
awesome.
Jordan writes mean Conan.
I read I did read the first like just the page. I didn't want to spoil myself too much of the Eye of the World, Brett. Not the prologue, the first proper chapter. The first page was fucking epic.
Dude, yeah, no,
the first page was epic as fuck.
Dude, like, okay, so I went back and I was like thinking about it, and I'm like, yeah, man, like around book 4, like, man, it's really picking up speed. Went back, read it again. Halfway through the first book, I'm like, fuck, man, shit is already happening. I swear, I remember the whole first book of this being boring compared to the rest of the series, but we are boom off to the races immediately.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to reading the books. With a lot of these adaptations, I'm not going to bother with the, like, I know they have the Foundation. I'm not going to bother with it. I'll just read the originals. I will eventually watch The Expanse. I hear the show's actually good, but I want to read the novel version first, and then whatever the corresponding season is. And Brett, you vouched for the Expanse, so that's good.
Yeah, no, the Expanse, surprisingly a good show. I was pretty sure they were gonna find a way to fuck that up, but Tony, I'm surprised you like to do it the other way around, because
I used to be the other way around, but
better.
Yeah, what happened, Brett?
Because the books are almost always better. Wouldn't you want to watch the inferior media version and then go back and read the books and get the full experience?
That's the way I used to do it, but now my thing is. Expanse notwithstanding, my thing is don't bother even watching the adaptations. Just read the books and leave it alone, because you're not going to be happy with the fucking show.
Yeah, I mean,
so that's my general thing. Like, I just skip the shows altogether now. I'm like, fuck this shit. Just read the books. You're good.
Every once in a while, there's one that comes with it. I think the problem is anytime a show has a very kind of one note thing where they can hit on a same point over and over and over and over again. It doesn't really matter what the point is. It's usually just a hill somebody wants to die on because they want to make one statement or another. When you hit that same thing over and over and over and over and over again, it just doesn't play as well in the series, I guess. Yeah. And I think that one note is what draws like a lot of directors to the role. They say, oh, well, this is a story about blank. Well, no, it's a story about that and other things and this guy and that and this idea of morality and the human condition. A good story is all of these things blended together. By cutting it down to that one thing that you can really plant a flag on, you're not doing the rest of the show justice. And I think that's where a lot of things, run into trouble. It's, going back on The Witcher and giving it praise, man, like it just seemed to do – the Witcher series seemed to focus on doing The Witcher in a way that people who like The Witcher would like. Beginning, middle, end. It didn't have a story or a point or a banner to wave other than the ones that seem to be naturally integrated into the story. And of course those fucking belong there. That's where these things belong, is inside the story. Right? Like, this is the thing in the middle of the cake, right? It's not the fucking frosting, it's like the buttercream in the center, man. That's where this stuff should stay. So yeah, you can't make a good point in a story without focusing on the story. And I think in movies and TV and a lot of comics, we've lost that idea.
Oh yeah.
We don't trust our audience to be smart enough to figure out that X-Men is an allegory for racism in the 60s. Oh my God, who would have thought? Somebody better spell that out for me so I understand that racism is bad.
All right, man. I think we're done for the night. Good show as always. Manny, do you have anything to plug?
Well, yes, I do. So this Tuesday, Nubia and the Amazons recently came out. So that's out on our store shelves as well as online. What else do I got here? Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll show this one. But this one is a little bit old. Star Wars Bosch Bounty Hunters. It's pretty interesting stuff. Me and Kari did covers on that. Obviously, excellence is real as always. And if you feel so inclined, check out my Twitter, because I did 3 editorial illustrations for Inverse magazine. They released their superhero special, for this month. They usually do it around October. So they asked me to do 3 illustrations to accompany an interview with the director of Captain of Marvels, I think. Yes, the director of Marvels. And then a couple of other 2 editorial stories. So, if you check out my Twitter, if you want to read them, check out my art. Good stuff.
Yeah, man. There you go. Carlos, you're not doing Walking Dead now, are you?
No, I've just been trying to get Carlos to be on the show. The nuke and all that. No, I'm not. I don't do the spin-off shows. I do the Walking Dead proper, because that's the one that I care about. But yeah, you can still catch Richard Bailey Jr. and Adam Vale doing I Am Negan podcast. It's, currently they're doing Fear the Walking Dead, which is going on right now.
This time we're talking about World Beyond.
Talking about World Beyond, but I'm glad that's going to be over, because, that shit is it's booty cheeks. And you got Labor Plan. And it's like, you can catch them on thecoalition.com, the coalition with a K on YouTube, if you want to catch I Am Negan podcast.
Stuff.
Yeah. At least listening to Adam Vale and Richard Bailey Jr. is worth the price of admission.
All right. And Chris, you did something on Coalition recently too, didn't you?
Yeah, that's right. Last week we Dana and myself recorded a podcast for Halloween Kills. Yeah. So I would only recommend that movie if you have Peacock. It was not good, but you can we broke down the whole movie, and you can hear our rant on the Coalition.
The Coalition.
Yeah, it's don't waste your money on that one.
Yo, yeah. we're gonna be discussing something this weekend.
I'm gonna talk about it right now. Yeah. So yeah, speaking about the Coalition, and Carlos, I'm assuming you're gonna be part of this as well.
Oh yes,
you already saw it.
Yeah, so me too.
Excuse me. Oh, okay, you already know that. So yeah, we will be. Oh, what's up, Brian?
Oh wait,
Brian, you too. You too.
Brian?
Excuse me.
Oh, I'm really happy that you two have watched the Eternals. Right? It's great.
It's a great series.
It's a great series.
No, we're talking about Dune, baby. We will be actually. Oh, even more breaking news is usually with these podcasts we have Miss Dana Abercrombie hosting them. This time, your boy's gonna be hosting, man.
Whoa!
So I will be hosting. Originally, I gotta say it though, man. Insider Baseball. Originally, we're gonna record this on Sunday. Manny was gonna be my co-host, but certain parties are to blame for this, which I'm very upset with. I can't say nothing. It is what it is. It is what it is.
It's work. It always is, and it's disappointing. It's disappointing to me because I can't do the things I want. I have to chain myself to this desk. I've been chaining myself to this desk for weeks now, and I really want to get out and go see a movie.
We're gonna do it though, man.
So yeah, I mean, it'll be good because here's the thing: I already know the story of Doom.
Yeah.
I know left, right, and crooked. So it'll just be interesting, because Tony, I think you read the books.
Yeah, I read the book. Yeah, not the books, just the book. Yeah.
Yeah, the book, and then you haven't seen the other Dune show.
No.
I've seen the Dune show and the David Lynch one, so I'm really interested to see what the differences and things that they've done with this one.
Yeah, because my original plan. Yeah,
pretty close.
Yeah. People seem like it's. Yeah, my original plan was I was going to see the movie, in a theater with Manny, and then I was going to watch it at home. Now it's going to be the reverse, But yeah, so Sunday, I believe at Saturday, excuse me, 2 p.m. I don't know if it's going to be live. I hope it's live. We're going to be doing our Dune podcast, so that's going to be very cool. It's going to be me, Chris, Carlos, and I'm assuming Richard. Dana will be there. Dana did not like the movie, so it'll be interesting,
So that means we'll probably like it.
We'll probably like it a lot, because we're always the reverse to Dana. She's always the outlier. So yeah, stay tuned for that. It's going to be good. Coalition with a K.com, man. And that's going to do it for us people. So make sure you follow Throwdown on Twitch and Twitter, and follow the Discord where Mob Hits is always dropping the crazy. He's always dropping the crazy rumors. Again, I don't know where this guy finds this stuff, man. It's wild. Throwdown is on every podcast app on the planet Earth, not Mars, planet Earth. Throwdownshow.com, Maz, and throwdownshow.com. You listen to the past episodes. That's our Audio Boom page. And if you are watching on the YouTubes and you enjoyed the content, make sure you hit like, subscribe, and hit the bell to be notified of when our videos go up. Throwdown shows and clips, and maybe the occasional stream when Manny isn't chained to his desk. And yeah, man, that's going to do it for us. Links, as always, down below. So once again, our show is Tony Polanco, and tonight I was joined by Emilio Lopez.
He's the king of all the land and the kingdom of the stand.
Chris Seeley.
Hey, take care, everyone.
Carlos Romero.
Guadalupe.
Brett Murdoch.
What's a dune?
It's a sandhill.
Is that a casino?
The planet.
The morning sun of Dune. All right.
Yeah, they did a new song too.
Yes, they did. And of course Brian Manjoma.
Stay safe. We got people out there protesting jokes.
Oh man! Shout out to Dave Chappelle, man. All right, people. We'll see you on Sunday. Later.
Peace.
Hey guys.
Ladies.